Alright, let's go. Oh, this is such a classic song. Okay, we are about to attempt a 20 Priory on the Guardian Druid. I am not actually that concerned about this. Guardian Druid has been feeling incredibly tanky on Prepatch, especially the build I am playing. Let's do it. I am just starting today, but we are going to game with some people who have been streaming for a long time. Sometimes I wish I lived on the North American time zone. Whoa. I get on, it's like 1 p.m. for me normally when I get on, something like that. Like I have to do like some work in the morning, some stuff in the morning, and then I kind of finish that up, eat some breakfast, eat some cheesecake, and then I'm on. But all of a sudden, it's like everybody else gets on hours beforehand. What's up, noob? Yelp. You wanna come DPS at 20 Priory? It looks like we'll have to queue for it. Let's see who's on. Let's see who wants to do this. Just pre-patch shenanigans, of course. How are you, noob? On Yetta, a survival hunter. Okay, sure. We could take whoever. I'm not actually that fussed about it. What's up, Illusion? What's up, Scarlet? How you doing? I'm doing pretty good today. I've eaten 2 cheesecakes already. One of them with a lemon cream cheese glaze. One of them with a vanilla cream cheese glaze. And half with a salted caramel glaze. So, you know, overall, I'm doing pretty good. How are you? A whole cheese, yeah, 2. Well, I mean, you know, they're like servings. They're like this big. They're homemade cheesecakes. They're homemade. They're like completely from scratch. Like the cream cheese itself was made, so I can eat it because I have certain food allergies. So yeah, the cheesecake itself was from scratch. My brain is abuzz with happiness. It is difficult to get more happy than that. Let's see who else is on. I'd much rather play with friends, you know, but all good. Hunter bound. I don't mind playing with whoever. We obviously just no one who's exploiting gear, of course. I was gonna say you need some help. Oh, I'm certainly gonna be gaining a little bit of weight, and I don't mind that. I'm all right with that though. That's not plum. I thought that was Taze for a second. What's up, Purple? Do you have a beta, a retail like pre-patch character who's geared and wants to come to 20 Priory, or just whatever? We'll do whatever today. I'm not that fussed about it. Could do 19s, 20s, 21s, whatever, just for fun. I see a bunch of people on, but they look like they're all in a key to me right now. You're oh, wait, are you Purple? No, you're EU. Oh, I didn't actually think about that. That's so sad. So you're saying in the season we can't play because NA and EU are still server locked. Man, we're doing that kind of sad. I don't know. I feel like that's such a silly, arbitrary rule that they do sometimes. Like I wish, do you know what I mean? Like I kind of wish that that wasn't the case. I was hoping you would come EU. You and a lot of people, actually. You are not the only person who has said that to me. A lot of people have hoped at some point that I come EU. I've thought about it too, to be fair. Almost surprised at that. Quezzle, what's up? Oh, you sent me an entire thing and I totally forgot to read it, didn't I? Yes, you did. Oh, I'm not going to lie to you, Quezzle. I'm going to be honest. I didn't read it. I forgot. I saw it. I didn't. It was like in my Discord request that was spam folder, right? And then I remembered. I saw it. I saw this request and I was like, oh, accept. And then I started reading it. It was about a blood healer of some kind. And then like a leech-based healer. And then I forgot to respond and I didn't read the rest. Cuddle wants to come. Yeah, of course, of course. What's up, Cud? Oh, yeah, Cud. Oh, yeah, Cud. That should be there. Now you got to read it. It was a long thing, but it was a healer that sacks its own HP, then uses Fell Vamp. I don't know if that would actually work, like a reverse Dispriest. I feel like that would either be the most broken, overpowered thing in World of Warcraft or not. But I'm sort of a fan, and I know a lot of people disagree with this, but I'm kind of a fan that, like, they should not add more healers and tanks to World of Warcraft. And I know I'll get a lot of flame for this, because it would be really cool if they did, right? You're on one hand, you're like, no, guys, it would be so cool if they just started adding a bunch of healers and tanks. Bro, they can't even balance the 6 tanks and 7 healers they currently have. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't trust them to add a 7th tank because it's either going to be the most broken thing or the most unplayable thing. There's no in-between. Do you know what I mean? There's absolutely no in-between for this, unfortunately. Yo. I think flavor-wise, the thing is super untapped. To be fair, it would be. It would be kind of cool. Like, imagine there was a healer that straight up spell vamped. It's not that unfamiliar. I mean, Disc kind of works like that in the sense, you know what I mean? What's up, Moth? Yo, when I was younger, was really weird, and it would not have shocked me whatsoever if I ended up with a Moth girlfriend. You just like Blizzard standard frame, you hide it in the corner. Yeah, all the way over here. So once I have this, I kind of don't need it though. Nick is yams. Dude, I love yams. Dude, my grandmother made the best yams. 20 prio. I did. It would not have shocked me in the slightest. I was like, I know my browser history. You won't, but I know. So it's not like, it just kind of would have checked out, I think. Nobody would have been surprised. Let's try 20 Priory. I'm still playing the macroed Iron for Elun's Chosen build, but I was demonstrating the talents last night in a video, so I need to double check that I have all the talents that I want. Mostly, I don't know if I want to drop Feline Swiftness. 15% movement speed is kind of giga. I don't need 4% healing, to be honest. I could drop this, but I'm trying to figure out where my other talent point is. I guess if I want Moon Conform, it takes 2 points now. But I should be able to pick up In-Cap Roar or even Forest Walk. The other thing is that Forest Walk is kind of giga. But I'd have to drop movement speed, and I don't really like doing this, though. Is EC feeling okay? Yeah, I'll show you. I mean, this will be a 20 Priory, and I'll play the macroed Iron for a build. That's what I'm going to do. We'll see how effective it is. Well, we'll just play it together. The Mango Critical Strike 20% is DBS. Like, I don't like dropping DBS talents. You could drop this for some more survivability because this is actually an Omega talent, if you could take 2 points in it. The problem is that I don't really see a way if I want in-cap. You can drop a little bit of this, though. But, like, you need this node. I guess 10. You'd have to drop Natural Recovery. And if you don't need Curse to Spell, which you don't in most of these dungeons, you could play, like... I don't know, man. I actually really like Forest Walk, to be honest. Forest Walk is just you will never... You don't need it right now, but you would just never die. Let's play this for now. Just so I have this for Priory. All right, normal, regular, schmegular route. All right, on the way to Priory. What's up, Beyblades? Yeah, so there's going to be a discussion for Guardian going into Midnight Moth, which is, do we or do we not play a macroed Iron for Elun's Chosen build? Like, do you have to? Yeah, I got a haircut. You like it? It's short hair now, kind of. On stuff I need to get Mythic Plus ready once you leech cap. On pre-patch or in Midnight Quizzle? Like, in going forward into the new expansion or right now if you want to play? Pre-patch at the moment? Oh, the second you hit max level? Bro, I don't even know. That's a good question. Does anyone know the answer to that question? Would you know? I haven't leveled a new character in a long time, man. Long time. It's been quite some time since I've leveled a new character. I actually don't know if I have a way to answer that. You would grab your cape. First and foremost, you want your cape. You might even grab Cersei's circlet, but there's got to be a vendor that has some form of gear somewhere that's catch-up, but I don't actually know what vendor it is right now. Yeah, your first tune, right? So you have no Delver thing unlocked. What do you do for your first tune? Very first character. First of all, welcome to WoW. That's kind of exciting. Well, Iron loves the gear from P-Patch. That's what I was thinking. It must be the pre-patch event. But it's next week? Time Walking Dungeon, Learn Dungeons. I don't know if... The thing with Quezzle is he is a Fellowship player, and he's an in-depth Fellowship player. So he's a gamer. I'm assuming that he's going to be very good at WoW the second he starts. What's up, Sunglass? You need to wait for next week for events. Yeah, exactly, Illusion. Correct. And that's a really big advantage that we kind of forget. That's like sometimes just having gaming knowledge and kind of having played, especially from Fellowship, coming to WoW, you'll pick up Mythic Plus pretty quick. Yeah. You did choose the weird spec. Of all the things you could have chosen, Quezzle, that's a tough one. But you'll do absolutely. You'll blast in the kind of the lower key levels in a lot of ways. Apparently, people are saying, Gabrielle is saying, as well as Illusion and stuff, there's an event next week. Do we know what item level that drops? Level and time. I'm doing my... Oh, yeah, you are. You will. The thing is, Quezzle, when you get into WoW, just like playing any game, any queue-based game, like League of Legends or this or whatever, you will do very well at a pretty strong level. You know what I mean? Oh, Cud is on. Yeah, of course. Let's get Cud in here. Cud AU, 100%. Let me get you, though, because we got to knock on Mr. Cud. How was I not following? I have sinned. Forgive me. I bet. Easy. What's your Dornagol parse right now? At least they aren't playing Pal. No. So basically, like, you know how when you go into like a game like League of Legends, as an example, right? Like, let's say you were to play something like League of Legends, when you walk into bronze, you don't have to be that good. But the first few games you play, if you have any gaming knowledge, you will smoke everyone. And that's just because they haven't matched you to your skill rating yet. WoW has a weird thing where it takes a while for you to get to your skill level, because you really do start within Mythic 0 and then you go to +2, and you have to work your way from +2 to +3, +4, +5, etc. And your skill level is going to be higher than that. So eventually you'll get to a 10 or a 12 or a this, you know what I mean? Especially if you're tank and healer. All right, let's go. Do I have a flask and stuff? Is the auction house still broken, by the way? Is that still a thing? Oh, look at this. I'll grab Champions gear. Okay. If it's Champions gear... Oh, shit. Sorry, I forgot to mute this. That's pretty good. That's really good. Oh, I completely forgot to mute the stream together thing. Was I blasting? Would people hear that? Hold up. Let me tell Cud. Cud, one sec. You requested. I request again. I request again. Join us. So when you start playing WoW, it's definitely overwhelming, but try not to worry too much. There you go. That should work now. It's just a bit of a grind, but enjoy the grind. That's one of the things. One of the biggest things to understand is you should enjoy the grind, simply because the game, it's one of those, the more experience you have, the better you get. What's up, Haru? Hello. All right, bet. Now we have a little streaming crew here. I think everybody knows Rain and everybody knows Arson. One of the weird things about WoW, Quezzle, and this is not the same as Fellowship. As far as I understand it, people in Fellowship, they don't specialize in one role or one hero as much as they do in WoW. Mostly just because of the longevity. Like, you could only have been playing Mako for, 6 months now? But then you have people like this. Okay, Arson has been playing this one spec out of 40 for 10 years. That's insane. You know, Rain, the healer we're playing with, he has been playing that Resto Shaman for I don't even know how long. Many years, over a decade. So that mentality is just a really insane thing to think about, I think, from my perspective. What's up, Ginger Hobbit? How's it going? I recognize your name. It's kind of a hard name to forget, you know what I mean? That's insane. People are like that, exactly. So it's that mastery that you get just from pure repetitions, right? And so you won't have that in WoW yet. But there are so many little things to understand. I would highly encourage you as you get into World of Warcraft, but if you want to be a competitive level gamer, just really enjoy the process of learning. That's the biggest thing. Because when you go into a key and someone fails, think to yourself, how could I, in the future, get it so that, hold on, let me just boomy form, starfall, back into bear form, easy. A little aggro tip for bear here, though. Listen, as you get back into it, you want to be able to carry your team. So the mentality is you want to find good people to play with, but at the same time, just enjoy the process of learning. I think that's actually an underrated skill in WoW, is knowing how to process failure. Does that make sense? Just managed to log into the game after patch and boom goes your add-ons? Correct. Everyone's add-ons are completely busted right now. But also keep in mind that pre-patch is just a buggy, fun time to play the game. And one of the examples of this is the fact that I am playing with no cooldown manager. I have absolutely right now 0 ability to track things, which is kind of interesting to me. I actually, I'm just doing this based purely off of memory, which is, even though I haven't done Priory very much, I am actually just blasting off memory, which is kind of cool. Morning, Onos. If you press Incarn first, it's the bear form. Correct. Incarn does transform you into bear form. Also, hi, Anomaly. Hello there. Yep. Fun little min-max Guardian Druid tip. This is living quite some time because we're not playing with any sort of completely busted DPS specs. I was not in the corner. I have only myself to blame here. We love vibes tanking. That's pretty much how I'm doing this. I mean, like, on one hand. Oh, yeah, drops are always on in my channel. I don't advertise them, but they're always on. Yep. Sorry. So you can tank this, by the way, in the corner if you're in a really high Priory. Rain is just blasting. He's just healing really, really well. But technically speaking, I should be tanking this right here. Also, you want to take a wager to what my guess is. Not an actual bet, because that's not allowed. Guess. I just hovered over it, and if you saw it, then you'll know. But otherwise, what do you think my ping is right now? Just like general thought process. What do you think? Thoughts? How high do you think my current ping is? 170. All right, you get 170, 250. I'll tell you who's close. Let's just grab this pack over here. I'm going to decide to pull this. Okay, grab the guard captain when she comes down. Aggro, 40, 169. Good guess, Molesy. I see what happened there. What do you think? 350, over 9,000. Over 9,000 would be impossible, but great reference. 420. The person who is the closest is Bragragau. I actually didn't pronounce your name right. Your name's not that hard, but basically Bragragau. You are correct. It is 370. That is the ping I am playing with. 370. Yeah. Fun. A little bit less than ideal, but you know what? We're going to make it work. We are going to make it work. And you're tripping? Hopefully not. I have very terrible balance and weak knees, so I really hope I'm not tripping. Yeah. If you are on 50... Yeah, sometimes I wonder about that illusion. I'm not going to lie. I genuinely, in my heart of hearts, I actually do think that sometimes, to be honest, though. Someone say it. I'm an ad. Damn, ads are all to the lowest, though. Hey, buddies. Yeah, don't underestimate. So, like, I like fitness, right? Like, I'm into fitness, but at the same time, man, I have fucking terrible balance. My balance is, like, really bad. I'm going to YOLO send this route. I kind of thought about doing, like, an actual route, and then I realized that I don't need to. So we're just going to do this and drag them into the next pull. Because we could just chain here. What's up, Desi? How's it going? Hey, Small. Do you also have Flace? Yeah, that's called Aphantasia. Although, Small, most interesting fact about my life recently is not just the absolute metric ton of cheesecake that I've been consuming every day. Yeah, what's up, Desi? The actual more interesting fact of my life is this. Okay, drag them out. Can we bring them up, actually, if possible? Have joke, have serious? Yeah, bring it. If you can CC that guy... Yeah, perfect. Cud knows exactly what to do, though. Yes, so... Most interesting fact about my life is this. I've never, ever thought in images before, ever. Not for any point in my life. I've always basically had zero imagery in my head. As in, if you say, picture a penguin, I think to myself, great, this penguin lives in cold environments, he's a flightless bird, he does this, he does that, whatever. But I think to myself in a Microsoft Word document. I also... My ping is actually so rough that I don't know if you noticed that, but I missed my Vortex Typhoon because I went to cast Vortex. I won't do that again. Yeah, so I think the information comes up like a Microsoft Word document. Or, for example, if I was going to think, if you're like, think of your mother, I'm like, oh, man, I love my mom. My mom's great, right? However, just, it's weird, but basically I'd be like, okay, what I remember about my mom is that she does this, or she normally wears this, or whatever, but I don't see the image. It just types like a Microsoft Word document. That's how I understand, though. And recently, the last year or so of my life, I have actually had some images that come into my head, as well as the fact that I've been dreaming, and I have zero clue how to process it. It's so weird. It's actually wild to me. That's gonna make reading stories. It's why I don't read. It's one of the reasons I don't read stories. It's very weird, but I kind of read manga at some point, though. What helped? No, the opposite MRT. So I was heavily medicated for a lot of my life, and getting off the meds seemingly transformed my brain a little bit. Mostly, the thing is, I took lithium for like 17 years out of my life, from when I was 6 years old. until I was 23. I just turned 29, but I think the effects of that are still processing in my system. That makes sense? You asked me a Guardian Druid question. Let me answer that. Hold up. I think it's very interesting because a lot of people, I think, take for granted. It's the same thing as, like, you know how people sometimes they don't have an internal monologue and you're just like, what? Same type of thing. You know what I mean, though? There are some people who are like, you're like, what do you think about all day? And they're like, nothing. I'm like, nothing. What's that like? And they're like, I don't know. It's just normal. And I'm like, normal? That's the weirdest dumb shit I ever heard in my life. Is threat not being a problem? No. If you're good at threat on bear, you won't have a problem. But it's the same tricks that we used before. In fact, there's also a trick I'll show you right now, Dian. On this next pull, watch this. Head empty, no thoughts. I don't know what that's like. Desi0. You said, why do you, when you cheer, do you say oh woo? Oh, no. Watch this. Okay, ready? So watch this. I SI, Boomy Form, Starfall, and then now that Starfall will be ticking as the pack comes in. So that will help me with threat. It's a fun little extra min-max. You don't have to do this, but it's fun. Yeah, you can do that basically. So that Starfall will help me a little bit with threat, but it's the same thing. A lot of people waste their thrashes and don't realize that if you swipe, you have negative threat. You can Starfall every 2 minutes now. It is a thing. Same as beta, correct. The pre-patch talents are the beta talents, except for a few fundamental differences. Sorry, let me actually tank this dude. It's been forever since I've done Priory. I'm supposed to be in this corner so that they can line of sight. This is the actual key strat, basically, that I'm supposed to be doing. But this is so chill right now that I'm not really paying that much attention. It seems like we're doing... Yeah, all tanks are doing a little bit less. I don't think I've seen any tank do, like, significantly more damage than what I'm pulling off on my bear right now. Can anybody confirm or deny? Has anybody done pre-patch keys with tanks that are absolutely blasting? I think the highest I've seen is like 30k, and I'll finish this key around 21, 22, 25. I mean, I could play a build that does 25, but to what avail? Like, it's not a big difference. You play the key clean, and you'll do whatever you want on pre-patch. I'm not currently at the level where my 2k extra tank damage is really going to matter, you know? It's an important clarification. I think that a lot of people forget sometimes, and they overvalue what a healer or tank can contribute for DPS, and it's like, it doesn't really matter that much at the end of the day. Me first, let first go. All right, cool. You can let the first cast go on me, and then we'll go. Yeah, I mean, it's pre-patch, yeah. So I'll kick first. Did we pull something? No, we are dead. Super dead. Holy, that's probably a reset. I don't think you can fight all of this. I can Vortex Typhoon them together. You could try. I'll kick that. Oh, my lord. Can you fight this on 20 prior? I mean, let's see. This is we don't have that much damage. Like, this is going to live long enough, I think, that everybody's about to die right here. This is an MDI pull. Holy. All right, so for example, I could decide to send an SI, but I don't really want to send the SI. I can kick the one on Arson because he's going to die. I can try to in-cap roar the overlap. I mean, somebody just butt pulled it, yeah? So I'll go in-cap this right now, but somebody's about to... I can heal the Demon Hunter because I have off-healing now. I have meaningful off-heal as a bear. He's going to die. That's okay. We can technically res. I don't think the timer is so friendly that you wouldn't... Uh-oh, 2 deaths. If you B-res him... Excuse me. What's my B-res? Right-click. That's clearly a unintentional butt pull, but maybe we can save this. I don't know how hard the 20 hits. I would love a proc. I would use it on my... Oh, nope. We accidentally butt pull. Oh, it's okay. I think you could reset, but probably reset then. I don't know if you could time it, but you could reset it. It was going so well. It was going so well. Unlucky. How come my party chat is not actually appearing in my actual chat, by the way? I can't read party chat. I think it's a 19. I don't have Brazil 20 on the Druid. Go 19 it is. I actually don't know what did or did not butt pull that, though. How do I get party chat to show? I can't actually find it on my UI. What server are we on? We can swap NA. I think I invited. Yeah, I think I invited. We could do this, though. If you don't have the raise town, how you spending your rage? Oh, just on Iron Fur. Yeah, my Iron Fur is just macroed. Like, I'm not trying to min-max my damage. If I was, we could do this, though. All right. I can't read party chat. I have zero clue why, but at the moment, party chat is not showing up for me. Has anyone had this bug, and does anybody know a solution, potentially? Okay, reform. Reform NA. Rain invite. Yeah, I'm just macroing Iron Fur. I mean, so basically my damage is, in fact, coming from the Thrash, the Moonfire, etc. I don't do no damage as a tank. Like, if I was doing negative damage, that would be really bad, but you could see we were going to time that key very easily. Super easy. And honestly, I totally hear that. I don't think it's a bad idea. I kind of feel the potentially taking a break thing for a while. That makes sense. Hold up. Let me see if I can maybe re-optimize my exit lag, which means I might disconnect. And if I don't disconnect, that means that exit lag isn't on right now, which would be why my ping was 350 or 370. How interesting. Did they re-invite? You invite. Hold up. I can't invite. That is the thing. Neither Cud nor I can invite, though. What is exit lag? I've seen regrowth until today. Be 520% better. Yes. You can also use it to heal your team, which is fun. Prepatch is a buggy mess. I mean, did you know about the gear exploit that happened, DN? Invite. You invite? Do you know about the gear exploit that occurred? I can't invite. That's the whole point. Oh, hold up. I can't be the one to invite. Other people got to do it. US. This is not right. I hear mention they can't group invite. New bug. Uh-oh. Hold up. There you go. Arson has the invite now. People doing 50s. Yeah, exactly, Kira. That is correct. I was hearing my friend was abusing it. So has anyone known anyone that caught a bug or a ban from this? Because as far as I know, they have not actually banned or anything. But out of curiosity, is anyone aware of anybody actually getting in trouble for it? Because I'm not aware. I've only seen one ban thus far. Not yet. Does he still have the items? What lines do you use to macro Iron Fur? Oh, just like this. I have it in my Discord too. Check Discord when you can. Can suggest the others. I would love to, except that my chat is super bugged. Hold up. Make interactive. Suggest invite here, though. My boy Brick Smash still not banned. Damn. Dude, I know. Like, and what's the Raider IO now? What are keys up to at this point? Oh, but it's just pre-patch. I honestly feel like the bans are... I get that they have to take a stance on it, but on the other hand, it's kind of fun. Like, Remix never ended, you know? It's just retail Remix. I think those 53s are still the highest, so I'm imagining that they did cop a ban a little bit. All right, there's Cud. And then here, though. I think it's silly to be banned, but at the same time, one of the problems, man, is that what are they supposed to do? Do they let it happen? They already hotfixed the thing, so now it's a situation where the people who had the items have the items, and the people who don't have the items don't have the items. Is that acceptable? Is that good? Okay, can pass lead now. Okay. Whew. Ping stuff. Can pass lead now. What is my thing? I'm still at 366. Just do a temp ban. A temp ban is how long? How long do you think a temp ban would actually need to be in order for you to have a problem? Out of curiosity, let me just see what I can do for this exit lag business. All right. Apply routes. I don't think this is working. Like, I don't think this is working. In a weird way, I don't think my exit lag is on. I think that's why my ping is so high and why it sometimes spikes in the middle of a key and I miss globals. Interesting. Is pre-patch probably a month? No, guys. We're talking, like, it should be, like, a day. No. They can't ban that long. No, the bans have to be, like, 24 hours or a week tops. Tops. They can't ban more than that. That's a long time, man. Am I allowed to join or just friends? I'm just bored. Trokian, you want to come on retail? Nope, we're playing with this guy. All right, cool. Take out the rating of the items. Did I reset the dungeon? The rating doesn't affect everyone. The title cutoff is done. I hear that. I heard 45 days. The problem is this. All right, Zolik, here's the issue. If they don't take a stance here, how do we know what to do in the future? That is the problem. That's where I have an issue because I'm a rule follower type guy, okay? I just want to know, do I exploit early and often or do I not exploit at all? That's what I want to know, and I don't have an answer to that. You see? Because they haven't drew the line. Like, I don't know where the line is, and I kind of wish that the line was a little bit more understood. That, to me, is my thing. If it happened during a season, that no, of course. I know it's not a season, and I'm of the opinion personally that pre-patch is supposed to be a buggy mess, and just enjoy it. Like whatever it is, just enjoy it. It's no problem. However, I understand, right? So this is the problem. If I told you right now, do you think they're gonna do anything? What's your answer? My answer is nah, probably not. It's pre-patch. Isn't that kind of a problematic state for the game to exist in? What if there's an exploit in Season 1 of Midnight? Should you do it? You see the problem? It might just be my rampant autism and the Sigma culture being so viral in social media, but I kind of need to be told what to do. I would like to know a answer. I want to know, do I or do I not? And I don't know. After playing this game for nearly my entire life, I couldn't tell you. Should I exploit or should I not? That to me is the problem. So if they don't do anything, then they're kind of telling everybody, oh, no problem. If they do something, wait, why are we not in the key? How did this happen? Wait, we're on normal. Wait, rezone. Why are we on normal? You don't like the idea of it? We decided not to complete the key. Like, again, we were like, oh, no, we're not doing this. And then we realized, okay, so we're just not going to do this for sure. But I don't know. It is certainly strange to me. Yo, can you just please give me exit lag? Why is mine not turning on? Okay, exit lag is a routing thing. It's a gaming, not VPN, but it's just, the problem is that I live in Thailand, but I play on NA servers. So normally my ping is quite high. However, this is not applying right now for some reason, and it should very much be applying. Application. It's like WoW isn't registering because pre-patch? Because this was happening to me yesterday. Now, I can play like this. It's not the end of the world, man. No, I know. But so my ping is high normally, but Hello? Hello? Apply? All right, well, oh well. We'll try to fix it later. Ready, check, let's go. It is now a 19 Priory. I unfortunately did not have 20 resilient because I stopped playing retail months ago. Rezone. Twas normal. It was normal for some reason. Moth girlfriend, what do you actually play in World of Warcraft? Oh, what is it that you like to do? I was still 17 before I stopped. I think it's healthy to take a break, especially now, DN. I know you said you really want to play and you're getting that itch. I totally understand because I also get that itch sometimes. I'm just sitting here and I'm like, I got a game. I need some wizards in my life. I need some Dungeons and Dragons. Like, basically, it's not necessarily specifically for WoW, but it's for fantasy. What happens is, yeah, this is what happens. I start getting an itch that I need like a sword or an axe or like a fireball or like a something. I just need some level of fantasy in my life. I don't know how to explain it, but it's something like this. Should I switch away from Bear and go all in on VDH? Rain has a side chain. That's cool. Good for Rain. No. Right. I've had a little sinus infection, so I'm just building my tissue pile to the right over here as we go on today. Mostly play Guardian. Did play a Prot Warrior. Beyblades, why would you swap is the real question. So the question is, why would you swap? And then that should be your answer there. Is Bear still T? Not only is it T, but it slays. It has drip. And it speaks to things, and I thought there was threat issue. What is it? How do I talk like a young person? I'm old now, Moth, is the problem. I used to be young, but my birthday was a few days ago, and I have been really feeling it. I was trying to talk to people, and I was like, yo, dog, what's up, diggity, sup, dog? Like, whatever it is. Something, 6-7. That's the one. All right. Countdown 10. What's I'm older than you. No excuses. That's true. I just don't get outside enough. The problem is, Beyblades, if I did go outside, I wouldn't necessarily spend all of my time around a middle school. So the mustache not withholding, but the problem is, you see, I won't learn if I go outside. Not my thing. Well, what's up, troll? Yo, you want to do a key after this? We are in a 19 Priory now. What do you need for the group? We would need DPS, although we just started this, and imagine, I'm just going to assume that this goes incredibly well, because, like, why wouldn't it? Boomy, Starfall, Aggro, Extraordinaire. Waha. Taunt the main dude. Excellent. I saw your message. I was finishing up Mythic Dibby. No problem. If you're on in approximately 30 minutes, we will have a DPS spot open. If you would like to game also, no problem. There's always going to be another day. We are in no rush whatsoever. We are, unless you want to be rank 1 pre-patch troll, Can I devour? Yeah, of course. Sure, we could play 2 devours. I don't think it's a problem. Although I actually think that Cud, I didn't actually check. I think he's playing Havoc. Yeah, he's not playing devour. He's actually playing Havoc here. No. I would say, by the way, that Bear does not have aggro issues. Keep in mind that I am technically playing the lowest DPS Bear build at this exact moment in time. And I had 0 aggro problems on a pull like this. I don't have a misdirect. I don't have a hunter for me. I got nothing. But that's absolutely fine. So I don't think that Bear has aggro problems, but I also think that a lot of people play Bear aggro very poorly. And I think that that is really the reason why most people struggle with Bear. Wait, why does it's because I didn't reset the meters, right? Is that why they look so low? Because we're doing, like, no damage this pull. In cap roar here. I don't know, I dipped into VDH back half. I got addicted. So it's basically a lot faster pace. Yeah, it's the franticness of VDH is absolutely a thing, Beyblades. I agree. Yep. What's the average item level? Approximately 169. Nice. It's basically 169 or 170 if you're using 0 embellished pieces. That is currently the item level. I didn't struggle with Bear Threat. That Bear actually has absolutely amazing snap threat. If you are struggling with Bear Threat, then fundamentally you are doing something a bit weird with the with the specialization. You see? So if you are struggling with Bear Threat at all, then part of it is definitely a speculation issue. And if you want to solve the speculation issue, then eventually I'll make like a Bear Threat guide of some kind. People I heard saying Bear Threat, it is a little bit of a potential speculation issue, yes. That's my new favorite word. It's not even a word, I just like it now. I want to Thrash and Moonfire on ads. So Thrash is how you generate threat. If you swipe, you will lose threat. Swipe is actually an anti-threat button, basically, for EC Bear. You only swipe as Druid of the Claw. Druid of the Claw does actually have some threat issues, but the main thing is that people who spend their Thrash early are going to lose threat, and there's also some min-max to it, but it's not so much a speculation, percolation. What's the throughput of that speculation? So the speculation, this one, Exide. You don't know, you don't have a, but you play a speculation too, Exide. Basically, look how I do this next pull and how I ensure my threat. There's a few tips that I'll have for you. Number 1, this is like super secret tech. Are you ready? What does that mean? It just means speculation. You don't play a speculation? Okay, so I'm going to walk through and see how I have Thrash ticking, but I'm also ahead of my group. So that Thrash has had several seconds on those mobs. Now, based on where the pat is, which is the worst pat of all time, so now we're going to have to fight this here. I'm also going to Bark Skin. Bark Skin is aggro, so is Lunar Beam. So there's no way I lose threat on this pull. And people are full blasting, full sending cooldowns, but it's no problem. Because I got to the pack first, my movement speed was set, and on top of the fact that my movement speed was set, we're going to kill this caster, and when that pack comes in, I'll have a plan. Oh, yo, Moth, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you like... What do you like your speculation? Wow. So from here, watch. I'm going to gather it, but see how I'm telegraphing my movement? No one is here yet. I have already been in this pack for 2 seconds and got 2 thrashes off before the people came in. It's a very, very underrated tank tip where, honestly, I get kind of lazy, but this one's second nature. I'm a very lazy tank player. I don't know if you've ever played with me Exoday, but I'm kind of just like meh. I'm very chill about stuff because I don't have enough competitive bones in my body to try hard and yell at people when they mess up. It's basically why I don't have incredibly high IO, obviously. Just kidding. Hi, Sam. Basically, hi, Sam. It's an awkward mode to come in. There was context there, I swear. Basically, though, when you tank, something that I would make as part of a tank guide would be you got to get to the pack before the other people do. It's movements to game. So, for example, they're going to finish off this sharpshooter, and I'm going to start running ahead. So I'm going to plan, this guy is going to die, and he's not going to chain. So they're going to be over here, and I'm in travel form, and I'm about to wild charge. See how here, I'm way ahead of them right now. And therefore, when I'll have time to straight up get a few Moonfires off and a Thrash ticking on those mobs before I actually get here, though. It's super... Yeah, I would like one. The one that I was using before is not currently enabled, so I'm going to have to get a different one. I did make a guide for tanks, and that was one of the big things I talked about, but I would reiterate it because it's still something that a lot of people don't quite... It's just they don't game their movement. They think that all of their time and effort should be spent in whatever else. Beyblades, holy, thank you for all this up. Wait, it's tier 2? You just subscribe at tier 2? Oh, thank you, Beyblades. Oh, thank you, thank you. Wait, which one would you... I know one that worked. Can you send it to me, Sam? I would love to have one. That is something, actually, though. Did you slip and just accidentally tier 2 sub? Is that actually the lore for this? I don't think that I can refund a tier 2 sub. I shall only graciously say thank you for the tier 2 sub. However, what I can offer you is I wish I had a line of plushies because I would totally send you one. But I unfortunately don't have a line of plushies. I haven't made it as a streamer yet. Then I'll have my own line of Awoo plushies. Yo, thank you, Beyblades. Brutal Chi. Yo, I recognize your name too. Thank you for the Prime sub. Tariffs G. Actually, though, how hard is it to make a line of plushies? I want one when that happens. It is, I've never thought about this once in my life. This is a live brainstorming session at this point. So see how I lost aggro there? That's because that guy didn't have Thrash, but I just taunted to ensure it. Gonna drag them into the corner because that's what you're supposed to do in a hierarchy, and I can actually tank this adequately. What plushie would I make? Because you have to choose a animal to at least form the plushie off of, yeah? So I can go... Bam, Boomy Starfall, I'm back in a bear. A raccoon. I could make raccoon plushies, but I also kind of want to make some weird, maybe chimera plushie. And if I could add a little voice box, make it a little raspy, and then have it go, Edward. Like I could make it so it's like you experience the full depth of emotion. Kind of the longer you stare at this plushie, the longer you have it in your home, the more you feel, you know. Or is that not the right marketing? Because maybe I'm supposed to just keep it nice and surface. Like, I should just animate it really well, kind of like Jujutsu Kaisen. Did I pull that this time? That one might have been me because that guy was actually here. Oh, no, and then they went this way. No way. There's no way. I might have been too close to the left thing because I wasn't paying attention, and I haven't done Priory in a second. But that definitely... Hold up. We just do this then. That's fine. Hold up. There was a double butt pull that happened. I might have been too close to the left. I'll accept that one. I don't think I did that last time, but I did it this time. No problem. We play it. Easy key. This is exactly what I meant, Exide. When this stuff happens, I'm just like, oh, well, I guess this is how it is now. And then you just make a plan. They're definitely going to heal. I can't drag them out here, though. It's possible. I'm not 100% certain. Well, it's okay. I've always been an overachiever in my life, Moth. So the way I think about it is, if we're going to do a Priory that might be score for people, then what I really want to make sure, this is very important, okay? I really got to make sure that I finish with 110%. Because, like, this whole idea of, like, oh, just get 100%, this doesn't work with my overachieving brain. It's not enough. I have to get an A++. You see what I mean? Because, like, an A+ is, like, that's so 2016. Right. I need to get even more than this. Just to really prove a point. Thank you for the tune. So, I recognize the AFLOG. He is an AFLOG creator, and he is very good at AFLOG, by the way. He is incredibly good at it. In all your ecodomes, you got 104. This is just extra credit. It's just extra credit, though. All right, watch the kicks on the overlap. Who's Fat Peach finally catches up to him? TH. I kind of did some basic math today, and I don't really... It's not important, but what you do need... Maybe. It's kind of important. Do you know, give or take, how many calories of cheesecake I'm eating per day right now? Because there's just an infinite... nearly infinite amount. It's something like 1,200 to 1,500 calories of pure cheesecake. It's over 1,000 easily, and it's just extra because I'm not even replacing anything with it. So, like, yeah, I'm gonna be a little thick. It'll be my thick boy era for winter. It is delicious. Homemade cheesecake, Moth. So one of the advantages, and I know, so that was a bugged spear. I could see that happening from a while away. 800, by the way. Many such cases. Wait, of what? I missed the context of the 800. Need healing. Drag this back over here, though. I did for my girl. Ooh. Oh, yeah, is that you made that one? That's awesome, though. That's over half your daily limit. Well, I mean, I eat a lot. I have to eat something like around 4,000 calories to not lose weight. That is give or take the amounts of calories I need. It's kind of insane. It's actually very difficult for me to get. So in general, I have a problem eating enough to just fuel weight gain. Yeah. College just still screws me over, though. Yeah. It's hard. I mean, like, so when I was younger... Basically, the reason that I was an overachiever is because I felt like I had to prove my existence to the world, because when I was a kid, I only ever caused problems to everyone. That's all I ever did. I didn't know I was a problem child. I was sick, so I cost my family money by being in the hospital, and, you know, all the medical treatments that I needed just to save my life, they weren't free and they weren't easy. And I always thought that my mom and my dad and my whole family basically lost their access to an easy life when they had me, and so I felt like a burden pretty much my entire life, and I oftentimes felt like it might be better if I just wasn't a thing. And then when I grew up, I carried that with me. You know, that's kind of the idea, is just I carried that with me forever, and it probably was one of the more important things that I ever learned, which is, nah, like, people like me for who I became in that process, and I'm not actually just not supposed to be here. That was a tough realization, though. It took me a long time. And a lot of that, though, is this. That's why I needed to overachieve, because I needed to do more than everyone else just to prove that I was okay. And it turns out, by the way, that's not true. There was a lot of people. No one thought that except me. Apparently. That's what they say. I'm pretty sure a few people thought that, but they weren't willing to say it. I'm just saying, by the way, definitely a few people, they definitely thought that. Like, there was absolutely a few family members who were like, I do think this, but I will never say it aloud, of course. I could see in the back of my head that they were like, man, we do wish, you know. But Overall, it ended up okay, huh? You are okay? I'm okay now. I did the work, and I got lucky. I had access to good treatment, and I got what I needed as a kid, so here I am today. I like cannolis with ricotta cheese. Bro, that's amazing, though. Needs a proper... No, I mean, I got the healthcare I needed, to be honest, though. I am a full macroed Iron Fur EC Bear right now, Beyblades. I am playing exactly identical. No raise, nothing else. I am here, and we are just chilling. That is actually what we're doing now. Easy, easy. This is basically a chill... It's exactly like the War Within. I have everything. My macros are still a thing. I am actually just full sending. So taunt the one guy I lose with prio damage in here, though. Yeah. You don't need to. It's basically Omega Giga bait to think that you have to play the optimized version of everything just to enjoy the game. We are going to be able to do whatever pre-patch keys that I want to do with this version. Now, I will tell you, in Midnight Season 1, there is a very real world which I decide to simply play something a little bit more powerful. I might decide to min-max in Midnight Season 1. Midnight Season 1 will be much harder than this. This is like a funny troll, almost remix style of WoW where I'm not taking any damage, and basically no matter what I do, I literally can't die. I'm actually just kind of immortal, which is allowing me to play sort of troll because I don't really need to focus on my rotation that much, and this is pretty chill. That's not going to be the case in Midnight. The Midnight Dungeons hits tanks a lot harder. There are significantly more checks, and you will not feel this immortal. Part of this is because our stats are insane. I got 40% crit. I got 43% verse. We're going to have 10% moving in. So just remember that this is not a good representation, you know. Any chance they buff Druid a little bit more. So they might bug fix Druid, which would be great, but I don't think they're going to buff it again. This is dependent, though, and this is something that's very important to remember, all right? You guys realize pre-patch is still pre-patch, but also we're not getting the actual season for a long time. Like, the season doesn't come out at the end of February. The season comes out middle of March. End of March, actually. Mythic Plus won't start until, what is it, March 23rd? Because you have early access at the end of Feb. February 27th is early access. So most people will play the game around the 2nd. Right, 24th. Then you have 2 weeks just to level your characters and do storyline stuff. People will do some degenerate rare farming min-max, I'm sure. And then you have a heroic week where keys are going to be capped at a +5. So that's going to just be an interesting little dilemma. You see? VDH is literally just meta for high keys, though. Well, actually, I would say... So first of all, Kira was the one who did that first, and I think if Yoda just did it, he definitely copied it, but it was a great idea, just for reference sake. Credit where credit's due. I think Kira was the one who actually ranked... Yoda's done it before, and I've seen a few people do it before, but I think Kira did a really good one. However, I disagree with both of those takes. Personally, just because my experience pugging keys is often very different than what a lot of quote-unquote high players go through. How to say this? Let me think about this for a second. Yo, what's up, David? Things are well, thank you. I've had a lot of cheesecake recently, so I'm in a very solid mood at the moment. VDH is very bugged on beta. Have you ever played VDH before? Can I tell you a little bit about what's bugged at the moment? Where is the brew meta? A lot of people are hyped for brew right now. I think that's ultimate cap and hopium to think that brew would be meta in the same way that it's ultimate cap and hopium to think that blood DK would ever be meta. Like, it's not going to happen. However, nice thought. Somebody asked me how much it would take for me to play brew. I was like, $5. You can dare me to do anything, and technically speaking, you can dare me to do whatever. Did you get that? Did you get your guide, by the way? DN, did you get your Preservoker guide? Because you were the one who spent $5. You dared me to make one. You just want a different meta? I also want a different meta. That's the thing. Brew does sort of pump, but less so than right now. It's more just the ease of access, though. Good. And I should post that to Patreon and keep that there. The idea, though, is in terms of what's going to be meta, the truth is, and the right answer is, we don't know. That's actually the only real answer at this point, for what it's worth. Chart YouTube about what bugs Bear currently has. Yeah, I could make like a short for it. You want to do like a little bit? Hey, is DOTC looking like the player or Loon still your go-to? I am playing Loons in this key because I am feeling a little bit woo today because I've had a lot of cheesecake. So it might have been too much cheesecake. I was supposed to spread it out throughout the day, but I didn't. And accidentally, I had all of it at the same time. So I'm feeling like a very, woo. Yeah, I can make one. If you remind me after this slam, we could just actually slam a short for that. We could do a little clip for that. Could happen. And also, hi, Blomkist. But so, have you tried Harney or Racial? Yes. It seems super convenient. The actual Harney or Racial, if you want to play the race because it looks cool and has awesome bear forms and a cool bear form dance, absolutely send it. The actual Racial, the Thorn ability, is very lackluster. Few percent at most. Few percent at most. Like, it's a little bit meh. All right, see how I'm in this pack here? I would lose threat if I got here late, but I used my movement speed abilities to get here just before everyone else. It's not going to be... It's not going to... You know what I mean? So I'm in my Druid to Harnier the second you unlock them. New is cool. But I honestly think that a lot of WoW players maybe don't understand. You know why games are fun? Novelty. It's the same. It's actually it's a conversation about many other things too. Sometimes you're like, man, why do I crave the backhand? And you're like, well, the reason is novelty. Like a lot of times, like a lot of cravings are novelty related, as in you want new things. When World of Warcraft introduces a new thing, people really like it because this game has been around for 21 years. And when I say like it, I mean people also get very passionate and like absolutely flame it, of course. But yeah, like the Harnier Druid, it might not even be a min-max, but if you're min-maxing your racial abilities in 2026, then that's a you problem. Rolling homie, yo, thank you for this up. I appreciate the prime. It's a funny part. It's a funny moment. It's a sub. But does that make sense? Like you can play whatever racial ability you want to play. Druid doesn't have access to dwarf, and so you don't have to feel bad about not being a dwarf. It's actually a really impactful thing. Any spec that can be a dwarf, especially in the midnight dungeons, dwarf is going to be, unfortunately, just as valuable. Greetings from Germany. Yo, greetings. Can you teach me something in German that is a wholesome thing to say? I specifically want a wholesome thing to say. So it can't be negative. Just something like really nice, like good vibes. I have no idea what our percentage is, by the way. In Swedish, I know Lizzie taught me Du harta ett guld. Void Elf looks OP for raid. Maybe if you're in an absolute, crazy high-level guild, you might have to. But yeah, you're basically going to have... Like, the bleed and poison dispel and also just magic dispel in particular is going to be the real crux to it. So we can do this big pull here with cooldowns. Oh. I'll just Typhoon them out. I didn't realize that was going to happen. All right. I shouldn't have set my Typhoon there. Hold up, I'm gaming. I just realized that I don't want to have wiped us because this is going to be a silly wipe if we do this. We didn't need to double light spawn. Our timer was not tight. 1 second. It's been a second since I played Priory. Like, it's been a few months, so I'm a little bit out of date with my exact positioning, and I've butt pulled like twice in this dungeon. I don't have a stop for that. I can Vortex Typhoon this. Go, 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 go. Vortex Typhoon. Ooh, last second there. Okay. Let me see if I can pronounce this now, rolling, which is a completely different story. I would not describe me as being very, very good. That's an unfortunate stun. At pronunciation of a second language, because I am very tone deaf. Learning Thai is already hard enough for me. All right, my bad, my bad. No need to stress the group out with this pull. Good job, team. Oof. Freud, Mick, Dyke, Dick, Zu Zehen. I am glad to see you. Let me see if I can. How on a scale of 1 to what did he just say? How bad was that rolling? I tried. I gave it an honest effort. I wasn't even. That was my honest effort. How'd I do? Sounds good. Excellent. That's the one. I would say that I'm naturally good at things, but I am not good at things. Yeah. It's not, pronunciation is not exactly my specializations. Correct. It's hard because Thai as a language, I live in Thailand for reference, and it goes ma, 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 and all of those are completely different words. So the problem with that is that it's very difficult to do, though. No timer. We're playing with amazingly good people. I think that pre-patch, Rain and Cud already had this key on 19. So, yeah, we've only actually had 3 deaths, and Rain is a Giga healer. So just like this is pretty chill for me, though. CH is hard to pronounce. It's like TH. So it's actually Freud Myth. It'd be more like Freud Myth. Dith Zu Zehen. Is that better? I'll try to remember that. I probably won't, but I'll do my best. Nope. All right, never mind. You know, my brother actually speaks fluent German. If I ever wanted to learn the language, do you speak Sindarin? Like a snake, like a sound. Okay. Do you speak Sindarin? I'll tell you this story. I will tell you this one story, MR. This is an actual real life lore story of me. All right. When I was younger, there was a. Did I call you anything? Did I call you something weird? No, listen. Let me tell you this real story. I remember this. There was a club in LA, and it was like a friendly club. Like, you could go without being whatever. Doodle. I'm trolling. 1 second. Let me just make sure that I settled in here. So, when I was 16, it was give or take when I was 16, I went to this club, and there was a teenage female rock star who was performing at this club. And she was really cool. So she was like singing on stage. She was about my age. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, that's like a really cool thing. And so I got to talk to her afterward. And I was like, hey, like, I don't have game, right? But how's it going? And she was like, oh, hello. And I was like, do you like Lord of the Rings? I don't remember exactly what I asked her, but somehow Lord of the Rings came up. I made sure to work it into the conversation, as I always did. So, yeah, somehow Lord of the Rings came up, and she was like, yeah, I speak Sindarin. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, I speak Elvish. Like, I learned Elvish from Tolkien's, like, logs and stuff. Like, I studied the Sindarin language. And I was like, what? And anyways, I had a massive crush. Never saw her again. But I will never forget the Sindarin girl. This is a true. I literally never ever saw her again. I was so upset. You meet other cool people in your life, but I genuinely thought that was like one of the most attractive things I had ever heard in my entire life. Yeah. Some people are like, you gotta have big this or big that, but I'm like, you gotta have a big Tolkien vocabulary. That's where it's really at. Okay, let me vortex the right side, just so people know I'm doing this. I'll go put my vortex down there. There was a totem down because my team is also very good. So then I'm going to come over here, in cap roar this to give my team an extra second, go kick the boss. Don't get clapped for the melee, war stomp to help my team, and easy time. I would say, so my damage in this key with all the different tools and stuff, you know, man, it's both WoW lore, Halo lore, and Pokemon. To be fair, Halo, underrated storyline. Halo is amazing. And I didn't really know that because when I was a kid, I didn't actually play through the cinematics. Like, I just played kind of quick play with my brother, who was older than me, on our Xbox 2, when we played like Halo 2 or whatever, Xbox 360. But about a year ago, I happened to download Halo Infinite. And I was just like, I haven't played Halo in a long time. So I played Halo Infinite. And that story made me lie, man. Wait, made me cry. I know that a lot of people were like, no, it all went to shit past that. But I hadn't really been up to date. And that sparked something in me because I went and watched a 4-hour YouTube video compiling the entire story of Halo from the first all the way to where I was. And it was like an entire compilation of the storyline. I did the same thing for Final Fantasy Crisis Core a long time ago. And that's when I figured out that I really like Zack and wanted to cosplay Zack. Yup. GG's. It has been a very long time since I was in here. Not bad. I feel like it's been months since I've been in this key. Most people don't know the story of Halo just because it's so old. Just like aliens died through. What are your professions on the Druid? I don't think I've done any. Just alchemy because it saves you gold in the season. Yeah, alchemy because it saves you gold. Yeah, a little bit IO, technically. Alright, 20 Gambit. 20 Gambit? Question mark? Yeah. You can only get the new Druid forms as Harneer. Well, most Harneer has new Druid forms. I don't know if you can get them outside of that. Oh, I could use some more cheesecake. You saw your message on Discord? No. Hello? I check. Let me see. Oh, from yesterday. Yes. Dennis, because apparently he's still... No way. Amazing. That's the wrong... Dude, this is so good, Purple. Wait, I didn't know this drama. There's more drama in WoW and it's not a gear exploit? Wow. Wait a second. Drama, you say? All right, hold up. Can I share with people the drama? Yup. Hold up. You guys want to... All right, hold up. There's drama with UI and add-ons in WoW. I never would have guessed. Right before this next key, let me show you the drama. This is pretty funny. Okay. Hold up. This is the T. So apparently one add-on, the add-on is called Wildu Tools. I'll get it right now. Thank you, Sam. We can go 20 Gambit real fast. Sure. Cool. Watch this. I'll just screen share this private Discord DM. Purple, don't send anything weird. Don't do it, because I'm going to screenshot. This is a moment of trust, okay? Here. Window capture on. Can you guys read this? I'm going to move my camera, and you can read this for yourself. Amazing. Here. It's this right here. Add-on conflict detected because the Dander's Frame developer is angry at the Nef UI developer, apparently because he stole and copied from him. So if you're playing it, what happens is this. It says add-on conflict detected. Which add-on would you like to use? And then apparently if you select it, it goes, that's the wrong choice. Amazing. Don't mess with developers, dude. They have hidden tech to kind of... I think that's actually really funny. They could just put this in. I mean, there's no reason they couldn't, technically speaking. That's pretty good. That is actually kind of funny. That is actually funny. All right, 20 Gambit. Well, I mean, there's no reason he couldn't do that, right? Wildu Tools. All right, let's get it right now. Update. Oh, dude, I haven't even updated any of these add-ons. This could be rough. Wildu Tools. Thank you, Sam. Wildu Tools. What is that? What else does this do? Because I used to use Trophy GCD, but it's not upgraded. It's not updated properly. This Wildu Tools is insane for druids. What does it do exactly? Out of curiosity, just to clarify, what does this do? Question? What are we listening to right now? You know what music we're listening to? Rain sometimes just sings this on his stream. 20 Gambits. It auto-shifts you from cheetah to flying form. Interesting. Okay. I'll have to reload my game real fast. The main thing I'd love to do is get my exit lag to work better. Because right now my exit lag is not working and I'm casually playing with like 350 plus ping. I would appreciate that. That would be great if they could somehow fix that. Oh, you know what I bet? Hey, I just realized. If you have been talking to me, I was wondering about this. This always happens. Hold up. If you have been talking to me on the green, yeah, that's not connected. My bad. I have any glasses, so I might be killing English. No problem. After living in a foreign country for a long time, I feel like I've forgotten how to speak English. No joke. My parents were here, and I was like, I must appear intelligente, and I was like, oh shit, that's the wrong language. Because my brain thinks in Thai. As of right now, my brain thinks more in Thai than it does in English. Do. I see TH there. Hold up. That's nice. Is it though? It's weird. What language does your brain think in, DN? What language does your brain think in, Sam? Out of curiosity. My brain definitely thinks these days it thinks in English but tries to think in Thai sometimes. And it's the only way I remember how to speak Thai. Tracker and edit mode once it's enabled. Let me see if I've just got this set up now. Add-ons. While do tools. I might need to actually restart. Restarting fast. Apologies. No, it's not on right now, so I actually have to exit game and go back. Sometimes I caught myself speaking to myself in English, and sometimes English. English twice. Hey, Hopsy. How's it going? You see, I do. You have proved your point perfectly. Moth, do you speak any other languages? I know you were supposed to say Portuguese. I'll still never forget when people mention Portuguese that I know some Portuguese and all of it is bad. Legitimately, all of it is actually bad. I wish there's English. I wish that too. That's the thing. Edit mode. External defensive frame over here. Oh, wait a second. I don't think that actually installed properly. I might have to do this right after the key, Sam. I got it, but it's not. I might have to actually properly restart WoW to get it. Normally a reload will do it, but I don't see it here. Wild. It's on. Okay. So I should be able to find it then, right? Where would that be? It would be... Can you do /WT? There it is. GCD history. I'm assuming that this is the one here. Melee range display. Interesting. Edit mode. GCD history right there. Oh, okay. Scale. So is this going to do... Aha! Nice. Good. That's the one. That's perfect, Sam. That's actually exactly what I was after. Excellent. Thank you. Cool. Let's roll. I feel like I need way more salt today. Just know if I take this bag of white pills and then take some, it is salt. I just need you to know that. Everyone needs to know that. It's salt. Don't freak out. It is actually a salt sodium pill. You're going to love this rotation. Are you ready? This is a crazy rotation for Guardian right now. Watch this. This rotation is insane. It's like so many buttons. I got to push like 1 and then 2 and then 1 and then 2 and then I'm going to like incarn and then it's just going to be like a lot of 1 and 2 and then I'm going to be like psh, vortex as they run if I could do it with ping and then I'm going to be like psh, like 1 more and then 2 and then like a little bit more. Oh yeah, you have the storm coming in. That's right. How's it going? Yeah, it's insane. It's so hard to play. To be fair, though, I say that jokingly, but to be honest, that's why I like it. And I think that it's a larger WoW discussion that people need to actually realize is that it's okay to like a spec because it's simple. There's so much random hate in the WoW community if you're a BM Hunter player. No, I'm serious, though. There's a lot of hate in the general WoW community. You're like, why do you like this spec? It's brain dead. I'm like, that's because I am. You know? Like, isn't that okay, though? There's a whole push. It's been pushed for a long time now. It's like, it's okay to be mentally ill and enjoy Hunter or whatever it is. But the point is, like, yeah, oh my God, my game. Uh-oh. No. This is why I need exit lag. This is what, okay, look at my game right now. This is the lag I play with sometimes. This is really why I absolutely need exit lag, because you can see what's happening here. Crash. 1 second. Hold up. Uh-oh. Okay, the game did not like that. Whatever I just said, the game did not like. Uh-oh. This is why I need exit lag, because my ping is now 992. Fantastic. Okay. I'll probably live if any of these buttons are hitting, but aggro, I definitely lost. Damn it. Hold up. This is the problem of why because this is what used to happen to me sometimes in the middle of a key, and it's like, hold up. Yo, I hear you're cool. How true is this? Yo, a friend told you this. I don't know. I'm cool to the right people, and I'm absolutely not cool to the other people. Wait, it looks like I'm back. I can hit my buttons now. Okay. What's my ping? Only 2,908. That's totally playable. I got this. Only 2,900. Psh, no problem. Yep. I don't know. I think it depends on your definition of cool. The truth is that I used to try to make myself... Yeah. So here's the thing, Dad. I used to attempt to be cool for everyone, and then I realized that I didn't actually like everyone, and I didn't really want to be cool to everyone. I wanted to be cool to the people that I liked. And then I thought to myself, okay, the people that I like should like me for me. So then I decided I should just be myself, because that's the real secret and hack to success. I wouldn't exactly say that my life is a picture of social success, but I had a thought process. So when you say, am I cool? I actually don't know how to answer that. There are some people who think, wow, all I can tell you is that a Woo has absolutely spread his seed around because he is such a dad sometimes. And then other people will be like, nah, that guy is the GOAT. He's so cool. I've seen him climb mountains and like do some weird things with his voice all the time. I'm in his stream and he just randomly goes, bah! And you're like, that is the real GOAT right there. And then some other people are like, yeah, this is the most ridiculous thing ever. And I hate it. And like, it's okay. You can think whatever you'd like of me, but I'm not going to stop saying the GOAT joke. I'm not going to stop saying the GOAT joke, because for a long time, I didn't actually know what the GOAT means. It's one of those things that you take for granted, but sometimes people just go around calling other people GOATs, and I'm like, okay. But I never understood it. Yeah, I never understood why until somebody eventually, like a year later after saying it, they were like, oh, I was in a Brackenhide Hollow, I remember this. And they were like, yo, Awoo, the GOAT is an acronym. And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, it doesn't mean... I'm not calling you a goat like the animal. I'm calling you G-O-A-T. And I was like, G-O-A-T? What is that? And I thought it was very funny. I'll never forget this. Because I had no idea. How was I supposed to know? That's awesome. You get a compliment. You're like, yeah, I'm kind of a sheep. I wouldn't say I'm kind of a sheep because I'm fiercely stubborn and independent. I'm highly suggestible, but at the same time, I do things my own way. You know what I mean? Deadshot, what do you play in World of Warcraft? Getting old, bro? No, I just like... I've always kind of done things my own way. I'm 34 and you're old. That's true. I believe in that. Yeah. I play a Demon Hunter Havoc. Okay, so... when you play Demon Hunter Havoc, sometimes people get lost in the weeds of a spec like that, where you say you have to play momentum or you have to play inertia or this or whatever. The truth is you could play either one that fits your play style, and that should be the thing you play. Because if you tell people to play, this is old school, this is before they kind of homogenized it more, but back in the day, if you were like, no, you're trolling if you don't play momentum. And it's like, yeah, but haven't you seen like girls' search history? They love that shit. So anyways, it's okay to be troll. And the point is, if you don't actually play momentum well, and you're losing uptime because you're dashing around all over the place, then you should have played Inertia. It would have been better for you to play something else. And I think that that context gets lost a lot, both for WoW and in real life. You will never be cool for everyone. Some people won't find you funny, and that's okay. Don't try to appeal to everyone. You don't need everyone to like you. You just need to like yourself. I heard a quote once, and it was like, if you're alone in a room and you're in bad company, you've done something wrong. And I was like, I like that quote. Yeah, I get it, man. Not being cool for everyone is something I'm working on now. It's hard, surprisingly. Isn't it weirdly hard? It's like actually a weird challenge, because on one hand you can rationalize it and you're like, man, this is a woo guy. He be cooking and the kitchen isn't even burned down. Like, this does make sense. But it's a whole nother thing to actually put it into practice, right? It's weird how that works. You can know something so inherently, but that doesn't actually mean that you can do it. Because executing the plan is oftentimes very difficult comparatively to considering it. But I genuinely hope that you find a solution, just because, man, we spend a lot of our effort, and I don't know about you, but I'm tired. Like, I don't have a lot of extra effort to spend, and I spend most of my effort just, not anymore, but I used to spend almost all my effort just trying to keep my head above water. And all the extra effort that I spent trying to be somebody I'm not, I wish I would have had that to put it somewhere else, you know? Like, I could have really used all that to a much more productive, positive degree. But it's okay. Luckily, we have time. If you play World of Warcraft, you're not young. If you play Havoc Demon Hunter, you're probably a little bit young. That spec is too fast-paced for people who are, like, old like me. I love the fact that I actually kind of do think of myself as sort of old now, but I'm not actually old. I turned 29 the other day. That's not that bad. Good night, Dian. I hope work has been treating you all right. How old do you think I am? Above 20, below 50. Yes. I like that guess. It's a safe guess. I'm probably right. Statistically speaking, I'm playing to my strengths here. I'm most likely not wrong. Hey, that is a real estimation. What are you? This is ageist. Are you saying there's not people below 20 or above 50? I mean, I could still be wrong. There are people who are above 50 who play WoW. 30. I'm gonna guess mid-20s. No, early 20s. Fine. I'm gonna guess early 20s. I was about to say there's WoW grandma. She's awesome. To be fair, I was in a guild way long ago that was actually filled with grandparents. And they were run by grandparents. It was awesome, though. Closest guess, you say, let's say you win. Excellent. My raid team has several. That's so cool. Do you like raiding with them? Because one of the issues that I had, to be honest, when I was in that guild was that my sense of progression wasn't being met. And so I eventually left. But when I first came back to Shadowlands, when I got a computer again in Thailand, I was in a guild and they were super nice. I still say hi sometimes. What do I get? Harith, what do you want? Anyone that watched Naruto is cool. I mean, I don't disagree with that. Can you summon me back? Probably, yeah. Yeah, sure. I think that makes sense. Oof. I feel bad for the people who don't get to grow up watching Naruto. That's weird. I can't really fathom that. 100k gold? I tell you what, Harith. If you give me 125k gold, I will give you 100k gold. Easily. I got you. Isn't great. We downed heroic but that's actually awesome though. But you still got heroic dementias, which is sweet. The thing is that honestly, I really think that we tie too much of our enjoyment to online gaming to our sense of progression nowadays. And that's just not what it should be. Because online gaming is meant to be something that's fun. But haven't you seen this thing recently where instead of taking a break from reality and going online, people are actually having to take a break from being online by going into reality? It's this very strange shift that has occurred. It's been sort of subtle, but all of a sudden we're in this place where it's like, bro, I feel so accomplished when I actually watch an entire movie. Because my attention span is so cooked right now that if I sit through a 2-hour movie, I actually feel like I've done something positive. Whereas before, that was our escape from reality. But nowadays, you're like, I really should put down my phone and go outside. Before, it used to be, I've been outside, I really want to be on my phone. It is a very strange thing how quickly times change. Just one. Just one first. Go just left here. Oh, no. Okay, that's fine. Depends if you have fun progressing heroic. Then by all means enjoy it. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You don't think you can step down from mythic. I can tell you that I don't tend to like mythic rating. But if I asked you this, Reen, what do you get from mythic rating that you don't get elsewhere? What if I asked you it like that? What if I said to you, what do you get from mythic raid that you don't really have anywhere else? I can't watch a movie in one go, I know, but when did that happen, Harith? Where along the line did we go wrong to the degree that I actually agree with you? That it's like weirdly tough to watch a movie now. Because I kind of agree. It is actually strangely difficult to sit through an entire movie. And it's not just you. You've always been like that? I don't think that's an always thing. I mean, but if it's a good movie, I really wanted to sit there and watch the whole thing. I used to binge watch anime too, and I just don't do that anymore. Mainly a big challenge to overcome. The feeling of slowly progressing content, a feeling that I have to improve every evening. Haven't really gotten that from Keys as an example. Interesting, because I get that only from Keys. I specifically don't get that feeling of progression from Raid. And so I always tune out, and I actually tend to be bad at Mythic Raid because I'll do good for the first hour of Raid, and then by the last hour of Raid, I'm the one that's like making mistakes with mechanics and other things. I will binge watch mostly anything. I mean, I remember I gave a speech when I was 17 to a high school, and I opened with the fact that I had just binge watched 55 hours of a show called Fringe. No, it wasn't Fringe. What was the show? No, it was. Pretty sure that was the show. Wait. I do that with 19 other people. In Keys, I mostly pug. I think to myself, as a tank and a healer in particular, I think Arson just DC'd. Uh-oh. That's less than ideal. I get him in a second. If he's here, I'll res him. We vortex that, perfect. Rain with the clutch. Totem as well. Okay, we can technically, our timer is so far ahead right now that we'll be okay, but let me get him otherwise. There he is. He's back. Oh, the fire. Wait. The fire there, hold up. I'll res him again. Can he decline that? Oh, he got it. Nice. Perfect. Whoo, scary. Scary. All right, I've messed up my boss positioning now, so hopefully my team's going to help me out here. A good sigil comes in there. I'll take that frontal, and then we'll go CC these guys. A wild charge over here. Keep the boss in this position, give or take. We're recovering this. The dragon boss was never fixed to be easier, as you know. So this boss can get real hard real fast. Let's go back actually over to the first corner now, because the fire will be going away. It'll be faster. It'll be easier at this point if we go back to over here. So I'm going to aim the frontal toward my team. And then I'm going to vortex right there. Because these guys are going to definitely get not hit. Slight miscommunication. But we've got this. From here, we war stomp at the last second. And then I can kind of typhoon them back into the breath. So it's right here. Everybody chill. Don't panic. Nice. Back to the first corner. I'm going to ping for my team. I'll pull a little world marker up like this. And then we're going to turn around. Go get the other ones. Perfect. Nice. And now we've all gathered. This is clutch gameplay. There's only so much you can do to carry a fight like this as a tank, you know. At some point, you actually have to ask your team for help. And my team showed up. Guild should be better at calling the final one to do. That's what I think, Splotch. I agree with you 1,000%. Spicy takes Splotch, but I agree with you 1,000%. No, I wish I would Mythic Raid if Mythic Raid teams were way more okay calling it at the last few bosses. Because in my opinion, Mythic Raid is fun until it actually becomes a slog. And to me, the slog is those walls. It's the second you get past Brood Twister, you're like, nope. The first 4 bosses were fine. There's a sense of progression. You go in, you kill them, it's all good. But then you have 300 plus pulls on Silken Court, and I'm like, I don't want to be here right now. Does that make sense? Like, this boss is kind of hard for me with, all right, easy. Yeah, that boss is not fun with 370. Good job. You'll do skip? Oh, sure. Wait a second, I didn't pull for skip. I didn't pull percentage for skip. Mistake. All good. I didn't get the percentage that we need for it. Oh, crud. I hate the slog too, but well, it is what it is. I didn't pull percentage for this. Don't we still need this after? I think so. Here, we can pull this here. I like how he's such a high-key mentality. He's just already doing the skip. All right, we'll fight this 3-pack here then, and we'll go nice and safe. No need to double time this key. I'll accept a single time. Do we have a kick for that rift? I have a Vortex Typhoon that I'll use here in a second. We'll use it now so that we can actually make sure we get the kick. I'll kick this one. We overlapped one. Watch out. Oh. Okay. That's not good. And now that thing is there, so now I'm going to have to pull it. I don't like this skip if you're not going to be... I don't think that skip is a very smart idea, because I didn't pull percentage for it as well. Hold up. Now we're gaming. Hold up. I Typhoon this. I use as many stops as I can do, but actually we're about to chain wipe. So is it better to reset at this point, or do we try to save the pull? Think about it. I have a kick in a second, which I will run back into the frontal to get. I think you have to reset the pull. Reset pull, no skip. Don't do it. We need it anyways. For percentage. Don't do that. We don't need the skip. Don't need the skip. I think you have to reset pull, maybe? Wait a second. I can in-cap. We're almost there. We've kind of stabilized now. Thinking. I go kick this rift at the end. Little min-max here. Spirit Link comes out. Vortex Typhoon to stabilize. Only reason my health is dropping because I'm in Spirit Link. Uh-oh. We have to try to chain CCs as best that we can. This is trouble. All right, we actually managed to stabilize that. Good job. Whew. Rain is a beast of a healer. But I'm certainly stressing him out, man. Blizz are masters in thrashing good content. What do you mean? I miss the context of this. But I actually think that Blizz is sitting on a gold mine of content. And it is a shame in many ways that they don't actually do it. May I tell you a thought process that has occurred to me as a tank player in World of Warcraft? When I haven't done these keys in months, I am not up to date with the super meta strategies. I'm familiar with the skip, but you have to pull an extra pack or an extra giant to compensate for skipping that first stars here, I think. I could be wrong on this, but occasionally, for what it's worth, I actually think I wish more people were okay with not doing the highest level key strats with me coming back to the game sometimes. Because I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh, wait, I wasn't expecting the skip. but also we didn't have the percentage. Maybe the affix will solve that. You know there's an in-game routing system in Midnight, right? Like, tanks don't have to worry about the route as long as you're in a lower level key. I think that's a great change. The walls are where the run starts. You get to perfect every aspect of a fight. But how long does it take you to perfect the aspect of a fight? You never healed better than 300 pulls into Tindril. That's an interesting thought process. You think that in order for you to get mastery, I heal worse at 300 pulls than I do at 100 pull. Around the 100 pull mark, I'm like doing really well. Does the routing system? No, I don't think so. I haven't tried that level of key splotch, but as far as I know, no. I think, do we pull this with boss? I think you have to, actually. Now with our timer. We chained a few deaths there. We're just going to have to watch the ads here. I'll vortex the first set, so we don't have to use the weird table part. Like this, vortex. Go kill the ad. They'll get vortexed in. Don't worry about it. And if there's one that I need to kick, I'll get it at the last second. I'll go into the frontal, not a problem. I think this will be okay. What do you think? Do we time this right now? Whoosh. It's so hard to get in and manage mythic raiding guilds. To be fair, it's incredibly difficult. Oh my lord. I could not, and I do not envy anyone that has to actually micromanage a whole guild. That's a really tough thing to do, you know. That's a very tough thing to do. I was about to say, first of all, there's the roster boss. But second of all, with mythic raiding, the hardest thing is finding 20 people of equal skill parity. Very, very difficult to do. Yeah, I would think I would raid if I didn't have to find 19 other people to play with. And it's just because every time I've tried to raid, or I said to myself at the start of a season, it's like, I really want to be able to do this. Like I'm thinking, okay, this season for sure, I'm going to go for it. And then I join a guild, and by definition, the guild that I join is simply not that high up. So they tend to have some issues, or I don't want to raid 5 times a week, so I just don't end up playing with, maybe I play with people that shouldn't be in there with. And again, I tend to play pretty poorly in raid, mostly just because I get tired and maybe my blood pressure drops at a certain point. I'm not really sure. But if the bosses start taking way longer than they should, even if it's a simple mechanic, though, 200 times at 109, exactly. But so for me, Sam, I need like 15 reps of something in order for me to start committing it to memory. And then I need something like 30 reps with some variation to learn my timings to get it perfect. Does that make sense? I would say around that is the right mentality. About 30, maybe 40. But the problem is, if people who I'm playing with need 150, then between 40 and 150, I start to lose my mental. Where all of a sudden, I'm not actually having a good time being there. I'm kind of just like, okay. And I'm sort of playing this game where I wait for other people to stop messing up instead of really enjoy actually progressing a boss as a group. That's the feeling I don't like with raid. And keep in mind that I end up being the person who messes up because I start just tuning out and getting real distracted. You've seen me play keys. Imagine that in Mythic Raid. It's kind of tough. I don't remember that stuff for ages. It's supposed to be... Yeah, well, it's supposed to be an achievement, but was how tanking Echo of Neltharion... Oops. Uh-oh. I think we definitely had it, but otherwise... It's not realistic to have, I know, unless you're at a high enough level and you commit to getting good enough at it where you are playing with people who are going to be that good. And I don't want to commit to that, to be fair. I only have myself to blame because I don't want to commit to that. Okay, I'll go here. Got here pretty fast, telegraphed it. Let's see. Do you think we could time this still, Sam? I think it'll be close. 55%. I think we get one more phase and then kill it right after the next phase. People want it to be good progression reading. I don't think it's... So in my experience, guilds... Now that I'm macro at Ironfur, Grim. I honestly think that that is a very smooth way to play it. I'll feel bad if we miss this key by like 10 seconds, though. The thing about mythic rating is finding the 20 plus. That's what the thing is. That's the problem. Is that the mentality for me is like, hey guys, I'm here to have fun. If we take, you know, if it's a really hard boss and we got to progress, then no problem. But ultimately, like, I'm not here to be giga sweaty because I kind of want to be in keys anyways, right? So, you know, everybody just, let's all take a breath and calm down and let's just have a good time. That's kind of my mentality on it. However, oftentimes, because I'm playing in a mythic guild, their mentality is more like, yo, let's game. We're here to progress. If you fuck up a mechanic, what are you even doing with your life, bro? Like, they have a completely different mentality than I have, right? We try. 30 seconds to do 25%, I think it's possible. Big cooldowns here. Ignore the last star, and we blast. It's possible. Let's do it. Min-max your globals, folks. 20 seconds left. Uh-oh. It'll be a nail biter. Oh, I think we're going to be just behind. Oh, yeah, we're definitely behind. Oh, it was kind of close, actually. Without that death in the lust, then that's okay. You just need the double dose of performing. I need more salt for sure. I don't know about the other one, though. Have you tried Prot Warrior? If so, how does it feel? Jeez. I was not expecting to skip. I'll skip. I pull earlier. Arms are just chill. Blades keys. You gotta remember PvP still. I'm ready to come in whenever. Alright, troll. No problem. We'll see what we're doing next. I'll have a 19 because I don't have Brazil 20. I got 19. Oh, Priory. We just did that one. My key has been going Gambit to Priory to Gambit to Priory to Gambit to Priory. Let's do it. No boy. Priory it is. No problem. Troll, I'll have to ask you that 1 second. Gear sucks at rewarding players. I don't know about that, Harith. I've asked people this before, and we're having a conversation about whether or not you really like Mythic Rating. But let me ask you this. If Mythic Rating didn't reward you gear, would you do it? Honest question. If Mythic Rating did not reward you with gear, would you do it? So, excuse me, sorry. Still have a little sinus problem. To that extent, I actually think that Mythic Rating and WoW does do a good job with gear and is heavily gear incentivized. You know? I think it's a lot more fun to play healer than DPS or tank in those high pull bosses. Healers get to fix the mistakes of the rest of the raid. That actually makes sense. At Sea Raider, I wouldn't. I think that's why a lot of people do it. And it makes me wonder if the gameplay itself is fun. Because people don't necessarily do that for raid in a lot of ways, you know? Hold up. Let me just tell... Back to 19 Prowl. That's what I got. GG's. Mythic Rating should be evergreen content. Now that, Harith, would be interesting. That would be super interesting. I think that Blizzard, and definitely something that they could work on. This game has so much history, and they do not do enough to bring old content back. All right, Troll, bring it. They don't do enough for that. Imagine how good it would be if they could somehow find a way to bring old content back into current content. As in, you could all of a sudden raid your favorite raid just for fun. I just don't know how they would do it because the player base, there's simply not enough players who would do it. But I think that would be omega. God, that'd be so cool. It's like, hey, like Fated Season, actually, where next week is Castle Nathria just for fun. Like, why not? Prefer or Dawn, yeah. if you want. I'd prefer Flutter that. Hold up, troll. I gotta go to you. No problem. I got you. It's a browser thing. 1 second. I got you, troll. Come here, bring it. Wow, we got a whole 5-0. We got a whole 5-0 here. I got you. That's kind of what Remix is, right? Kind of, I suppose. Do music worship. What? Do muscle. Oh. Yeah, I read that wrong. I just read a message and I thought it said do music worship. And then I realized it says does muscle. Oh, do I do muscle worship? No. I just play Battleship. That's the only warships that I do. Okay. What do we want to do? 20 flood. Okay. 20 flood. I can link a route. Do we still have MDT? We don't have MDT anymore. Nope, I can't link a route. Never mind. The rotating old raid. Is there a reason they can't do that? Is it just the gear wouldn't be a thing, or like, yeah. And it got massively downvoted on Reddit, so now I hate every single one of you. Okay. Timer shouldn't be an issue. Just safe route. We just basically go safe route. It shouldn't be an issue. I don't really need any healing. I feel Omega Legiga tanky. What's this? Tank tier list? That's the new one for beta, not for pre-patch, to clarify. Beta has the Apex talents, and the fact that pre-patch doesn't have the Apex talents is a little bit strange in many ways. Okay. Floodgate. On the way. War Within Floodgate. The new Guardian Druid talent feels... I'm feeling immortal, I just don't do a lot of damage. And that last key, I felt it. I was like, oh no, because we actually were pretty close to the timer. Have you ever getting mythic raids like Final Fantasy? I don't know how other games do it because I just play WoW. Does raiding right? Interesting. Tomorrow? Yeah. I'll play for like a week or so. Then back to beta. Exodia, yo, I summon Pot of Greed, and then I play a second Pot of Greed, and now it's GG on turn 1. God, why does normal water taste so bad? Ugh. This water is so much better. Just look at the color difference. This is I don't think people understand. Look at the difference, man. It's not even comparable. This is normal, boring water, and this is like good water. Okay? Yeah, if I could get some ice, that sounds good. It fits in with my cold heart, though. Ooh. Okay. 3 a.m. ice water is nectar of the gods. You gotta stop drinking? No, it fuels me, Harith. Try any prop pally after changes. You mean in Midnight? Yes. I have played a lot of prop pally on beta. It actually feels, to me, really good. In my personal opinion, prop pally feels great on beta. Tanks don't feel that different, but DPS absolutely do. Have you guys actually played your DPSs, like your favorite spec in pre-patch? Saint Death, Kobe, Moth. Have you guys played your thing in pre-patch? It's weird how different DPSing feels. And healing feels a little different too. But honestly, I feel like tanking feels exactly the same. Tanking does not feel any different, in my opinion. All right, let's go. 20 Floodgate. I DPS Havoc and it feels good. Interesting. Played that one dungeon, said like they feel like everything is delayed. I think that what I'm noticing, you enjoy it. Excellent. I am so curious, by the way. I don't have the 20 Floodgate. Who has 20 Flood? Hookie. Nice. I'm very curious to know whether people will enjoy or not enjoy the changes in Midnight. I really can't figure out whether they'd like it or not. Part of me says people are going to have overall an incredibly good time, but I wonder who won't. Maybe like feral druids right now or something. Like it's different. It's a different gameplay loop for DPS in particular. In particular for DPS, I actually think that everyone else feels pretty similar. I think it's going to be super positive, but can I give you my honest cook as to why? Let me tell you why. I'll take a breath. I'll get oxygen into my lungs and then I will exhale. Okay. So here's the thing with Midnight. World of Warcraft really needs new players. If you've been playing WoW for any amounts of time, you know this to be true. WoW really needs new players. We're kind of in a little bit of despair because Midnight needs to bring some life back into the game. Don't you agree? I would worry for World of Warcraft because people are kind of phasing out a little bit. WoW will never die. Like, that's not going to be an issue with World of Warcraft. It'll never actually die. It's just, it hasn't had a lot of life for a while now. And I think that that's really the issue with the game, is that it just doesn't feel as alive as it used to. If that makes sense. That's sort of my honest perspective on it. And I think that the Midnight changes, yeah. And to be fair, Dragonflight has been a massive W for the game. Like, all the changes they've made post-Dragonflight are, relatively speaking, good. We had the season of Grim Batol in the War Within Season 1, and that absolutely shunted WoW's progress. That's one of the big issues, is that we had that season for tanks. People notoriously come back on the first season of an expansion, but the first season has to be good. It's a really big deal that the first season of a WoW expansion actually is fun and a positive experience to play. Have you heard the take before that, like, oh guys, they'll just get Midnight right by season 2 with all the UI stuff and the pruning? It's like they might just need a season where the first season might be bad, but then everything's going to be just fine. Have you heard this take before? This is a really, really, really bad take. If the first season is bad, we're in trouble. They has to get it right. Does that make sense? Because that's when most people come back, and you have to hook people into the first season. I don't think they're allowed to get the first season wrong, because I don't think WoW can take another 2 years, give or take, before it's good again. Like, it's good right now, but in general, people just don't seem to be vibing with MMOs in the same way that they used to be. It's something I've really noticed. It's just like people want fast-paced Fortnite queue League of Legends. They want to log in and know that they can play the game. There is nothing wrong with that. I just think we're getting older. At the end of the day, I honestly just think that I'm a little bit more busy than I used to be when I was a kid and drank Capri Sun. Aren't you? I have, like, responsibilities, and I have to pay rent. It's like I didn't have to pay rent back in the day. I'm eagerly expecting Guild Wars 3 to, like, launch up. When is Guild Wars 3 coming up, though? I kind of agree, though. Tons of them coming. Yeah. It's almost a little concerning to me, because I love MMOs. Like, that's my favorite type of game to play. But I kind of see the writing on the wall, Moth, and I kind of wonder if, like, MMOs will actually, you know, be a thing as time goes on. I had one little thrash tick on this guy. I kick, overlap the kick, so we'll Vortex Typhoon to the edge. They started developing Guild Wars 3 in 2023. I mean, the Riot MMO was also canned, was it not? Is that still in development? I thought that, I don't really keep up with the news, to be honest, but as far as I know, the Riot MMO was going to be a big thing, and then they were like, wait a second. There was some news recently about the lead WoW producer actually went to Riot recently. Interesting. But it seems to me like it's really hard to get people to invest hundreds of hours into something when they don't really have hundreds of hours to spend. And we live in an economy, in a world where attention, every single second of your attention span is now competed for. So it's like really difficult to get people to buy into potentially not actually doing that. Do you see what I mean? Because it used to be like people had a lot more, not free time, just it's interesting to think about at least though. Yo, troll, hold up, give me a second for aggro. Ah, troll. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Hold up. I'm locked in. I'm locked in. Boomy star form. Here we go, though. Yeah, I was about to say, I think it's, when is it going to launch then? 2040? Since I don't actually know the lore or history with this at all, Harith, I cannot say that I am clued in. I'm a gamer, but I'm kind of just a WoW gamer, so I don't really know a lot of the drama. The only drama that I heard of this morning, which I actually did look into, because I was like, wait, what's this? I saw a clip on my Instagram, and it was something about the Marvel Rivals tournament that just happened, and there was some massive drama. I don't actually know the context, but supposedly someone got what was coming to them, and everyone's very happy that they actually made big decisions. That's sort of what I know. Is this correct? Are you familiar with the Marvel's Rivals drama that happened in a tournament recently? I clicked on one video on Instagram, and recently I received like 70 more videos about it. It's apparently a big deal because Penguin made a video. I don't know. This is literally all I know. You now know what I know. Tencent bought Riot. Oh, I see. What's up, Malden? I never played Marvel Rivals. But every time I see that game, I'm like, wow, that character makes me want to play this game. It's better not to know. I also sometimes wonder about that. When my family was here in Thailand, Argus, they were talking to me about world news stuff, yeah? We're not going to get into it here. But I honestly wonder if it is better, in fact, just sometimes not to know what's happening. Just finished work. I'm tired today. I ate 2 entire cheesecakes with icing and glaze earlier today, so I'm a little bit like, ooh. I'm feeling good, Malden. Overall, happy. I'm starting to feel a little bit more recovered from whatever I did to my system that I wasn't supposed to do early on when my family was visiting me. Need a caramel top-up? Ooh, yes. Can I just have a spoon of caramel? Could you deliver me a spoon of caramel? Yeah, that sounds great. Just like 1 spoon of it. Not too much, not too much. Whoops. It's okay, I got this last charge here, and then I'll res after. I'll just take it. There's, like, no hope of me dodging that with 360 ping. The cheesecake is healing me? I do wonder about that. It does seem like the cheesecake is healing me after all. I stopped looking at news every day. Now, that's what I think, Moth. So, like, I live in Thailand, so I'm pretty isolated from world news. Like, I just don't have to think as much as other people do about it, because it doesn't impact me directly. That being said, Moth, where are you from again? I think you might have answered this sooner, though. You mean like a teaspoon or like a ladle? Probably like a actual teaspoon. Okay, I'm gonna roar. I got this. Boom. That one got there. Perfect. But yeah, like a teaspoon. Like, I don't need too much because then my... Oh, nice. Bet. Wait a second. You bring the entire jar of caramel?
It's gonna spill everywhere if I don't.
Hell yeah. All right, we got a ladle. Apparently, we got a ladle. Got you.
Like
Yeah, honestly, Moth, I have a rant to go on about it, but... Whoa, no, I can't all at once. Holy, that's like... This is crazy. Hold on, I can play with 1 hand. I only need 1 hand to play. Oh, it's warm. Oh, I thought it was cold.
Wait,
oh, that was just not hard. Oh.
This is why I had to bring the whole thing up.
God, that is good. That is really good. Ooh.
Oh, drippy.
Ooh, yeah. Oh my God, it's sludgy. Hold up. That was good. You could just leave the. You could leave the bottle.
I want some left over for me.
You know, now that you think about it. No, I'm not. Oh, you know, I'm tanking perfectly. This is why I play Guardian Druid. No. Yeah, this is why I play Guardian. I'm not shy about it, Uglo. I'm very aware of this. How's your shoulder? You good?
Is this what you need to become high IO?
Yeah.
A girlfriend that will just feed you caramel during
It's this, an empty water bottle, and oh, we're gonna get 1 bomb. It's fine. And also, like, I need to stop showering.
I want someone to clip this
Oh. So it's, yeah, you got exclamation clip this. Basically, what I need to actually obtain IO in Midnight is indeed hand-fed, spoon-fed salted caramel. That's number one. Definitely to stop showering. And
Please
then...
don't stop showering.
No, I gotta stop showering. How am I gonna get
That's
IO?
what the caramel is for, so
How am
you
I gonna
don't
get-
have to stop. Bleh.
Mhm.
So you don't have to stop
How am I gonna get
showering.
IO? You can't get IO unless you're really sweaty.
That's what the caramel's for.
No, I gotta be rank 1.
It's to boost.
It's a boost?
So you don't. So you can.
No,
keep
how am I gonna get
showering.
rank 1 though? That's good. That's good.
I
Yeah.
know. I made it.
It was really good. You did make it.
Yeah.
It was very impressive. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna... I had it a lot earlier today already.
I know.
This is not my first caramel adventure. Delicious. Thank
This
you.
is mine. Ha!
Oi, stop hitting stuff. Stop hitting stuff early. I'm gathering. No, I'm gathering. Delicious. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that on stream because that's the, that's the real secret to IO. I've just given people the ultimate Omega Giga Hack guide to IO. Dude, my Vortex and Typhoon is so delayed that I actually keep ending up typhooning things away from me, as hilarious as it sounds. I can kick this one. Delicious. Right now, I'm still being developed. They scrapped everything and restarted. Got you. 11 stacks. Watch out for a second. 1 frenzied regen takes care of that problem. Safiri, I love seeing your favorite WoW streamers. It is cool, isn't it? I thought about this, actually. You want to know some hidden behind-the-scenes tech? I'll send you some hidden behind-the-scenes tech. So Prepatch is a buggy mess. And the truth is, it doesn't really matter what key level you do. And then it occurred to me, and I was like, oh, it doesn't matter what key level you do. And I thought about it more, and I was like, wait a second. All the people that I want to play with aren't really going to care what key level they're in for once, because normally what happens is I can't play with my friends because I fell behind in the season because everyone's so interested in playing at the level they're trying to get their title or this, and I stopped months ago. And I was like, oh my God, this is the perfect time for me to just ask people what they want to do. And I said, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I started messaging a few people. I said, yo, you want a game? I was like, Rain, we haven't done a key in forever, mostly because you're doing like 21s and stuff, and I wasn't. And also, you normally have a team to play with, but not right now. And I said, hey, you want a game? And he was like, yeah, let's do some. I said, excellent. And then that's great. And then Arson, I'm like, yo, Arson, you want to? Hopefully, Arson and I can actually game, because I know Arson is kind of the same. He's in a similar spot that I am, which is that pugging World of Warcraft keys is so bad. Oh my God, it's so tough, isn't it? It is really, really hard to pug World of Warcraft keys. Like, if you're actually serious about your season and you are trying to do higher push keys all the time and you don't have a dedicated team, it's a tough ask. Can be very, very difficult for that. You know? So, yeah, pugging kind of makes me want to uninstall. I feel that. And so the solution here is, what if we didn't pug? And that's what Arson and I were talking about. So hopefully Arson and I, as long as the timing works out, I really hope that I can actually be on a little team with Arson. We're going to have to recruit a few other people because there was talk like So's on beta and people like, there was a lot of people that I was really interested in gaming with. But then, of course, So's has been playing beta nonstop, and he said he might have been recruited to a team, and I was like, oh, damn. Yes, that happens, Uglo. Yep. And then it becomes meta perception if you don't have a team. But anyways, my plan, I've always pugged. I'm sure I still will just because of my time zone. It's a big barrier for me, is just the fact that I live across the world from most people. I'd be really curious to know what it would be like to actually play a season with a team from like start to finish. We've had a few times where I've tried that, but it just hasn't worked out. Scheduling, personality, this or whatever. There's always something, you know? Messing guys FPS. My FPS is okay. My ping is terrible today. My problem is ping right now. FPS is acceptable. It's acceptable levels of bad. But my ping is making the game pretty difficult to actually play properly. Okay, Feral Frenzy 1. No, my exit lag for some reason is not connecting to my WoW. And it is making things a little toxic, I'm not going to lie. Because I'm at, whatever it is, 355 ping at the moment. Yeah. What's up, Cartman? I'm doing good. You left a comment on one of my YouTube videos, and I hopefully responded to it, because it was a really good point. That is all I remember. I don't actually remember what the point was, but it was a good one. I'm doing pretty good. I just had some salted caramel, so that makes me feel excellent. Homemade salted caramel is kind of this. Oh. Hold up, guys. Don't throw. Don't throw. We have no more res. No res. Hold up. Silly in a 20 floodgate. Silly. That's how you lose the key. Actually, oh, I think we kill the boss here, but we got to kill the ads. I think they're low enough where we'll be okay. Our timer is fine, so hopefully. Carmen, I think I have some. Have you ever had salted caramel? Have you ever had homemade salted caramel, though? I remember leaving comments till you said. I cannot remember my comments. You can remember. I try. I care about it. If I put out a video, I want to know what people think. I like it when people interact with the stuff that I put out. Because I actually do care. Like, I'm not asking people what they think about tanking if I don't actually want to know. My only problem is sometimes I can't respond to everything. Mostly just because I'm busy. So it depends. So I have to work on some videos or this or whatever. But in general, after I turn off stream, like, I'm pretty tired. So I tend to, like, turn off my computer basically, and then I'm out. Like today, for example, whenever I finish stream, I will basically immediately end stream. I'll go record something for a YouTube update, and then I don't actually know what my YouTube update is. And then I'm gonna go to the gym because I told myself I go to the gym almost every day, and then I have like 3 hours of work later tonight. So that'll be my day. I basically get back from the gym around 8 p.m. my time, and then from 9:30 onwards p.m. until about midnight, just after, I will have work. So my days are pretty busy, and I can't really. Sometimes that means that I don't actually have time to really properly respond to people, unfortunately. But I try my best. It's something that I actually care about. Where did we get this UI with bars? This UI I'm using right now, this is just base UI. I'm pretty minimalistic. I don't even think my bartender is working. I actually think this is entirely base UI. Yeah. This is just base UI. Nothing special about this one, Mumbo. You can play this if you want to. Boomy form Starfall. Excellent. Cool. They get that. 13 minutes. I actually think that our timer is not so good, though. This UI with bars. Oh, you mean the default nameplates. This is the default plater. I have no plater profile actually installed, but yes. So we have to do the divers after this. I feel like our timer is suspicious for this key level. I'm going to go Vortex Typhoon on the next set, and also it'll help me with aggro. Yeah, this is just default plater here. Has he not always sold his UI? Me? Today I learned Quasi is selling his UI now. I thought he always sold some version of it, though. I thought he sold a free version, but to be honest, good for him. I'm actually like... Is it called default UI? Oh, no, Mumbo. This one is called Plater. If you're looking at the action bars of my enemies, that's called Plater. There's another one, however, called Platinator, which is a good version of it. And you might like that one more. I might have a different opinion on this, but if a streamer wants to sell their UI for stuff, good for them. You don't make, like, it's very, you get whatever you want, man. Get your bag. If you have really good content, Quasi has helped the WoW community an absolute metric ton. He absolutely deserves to make money off of it. Don't you agree? Like, his UIs and the work that he puts into it, I don't know if he does it personally or if he pays somebody to do it. He might pay somebody to do it. I'm not sure. But he is, like, obviously super into it, man. Yeah. And it's obviously helped him a lot, but he absolutely deserves to make a living from it, which is not so easy to do. I'm going to probably go like like way up there. It's fine. I don't think I can pull this into boss time. I'm pretty sure it's we can't. That cast is definitely going off. You want me to pull Swan Face? Okay. Since I stopped using other UI, it doesn't affect you. I just think that in general... Whoa. I have a res. You've been murdered. You didn't walk with me. He's left. Always left. Always left. We walked to the left of the frontal. I hate that add-on bloat that people got used to. I have learned since actually making stuff and making content that people care way more about their UI than you might realize, Cartman. To me, my UI is whatever. Like, if I log in, I'll just game with whatever they give me. I'm a very minimalist when it comes to that, though. Other people are not. People are incredibly passionate about their World of Warcraft UIs. So, yeah. I say, like that one guy got DMCA by CD Projekt Red. I'm not familiar with that drama. Who use LVUI and similar. You don't hate on people for it, but it's interesting to me how much people depend on it. Like, that's the overwhelming majority, right, of the midnight criticism has been UI oriented. But even from the very first week of beta, I looked at it and I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, this is going to be fine. Like, the truth is, like, we're not going to have a problem with this. They're an add-on purge and mostly just rock stock everything. To be fair, like, trackers are important. Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? It's left. It's left. We're supposed to go left. Everybody else went right. Always left. Always left. Always left. That's okay. We didn't have time anyways. That one was a miscommunication. Yeah, you went left. A guy made a VR mod that was able to work with many games. I'm pretty sure. So do we want to finish the 20 floodgate, or are we... How do we feel about this? What did the overall damage look like in this key? Oh, that's hard to say because this is including the last key. So we can't actually see this. I think it might be Dunzo. It is definitely Dunzo. Thing is, it was not like donate whatever you want via Patreon one time. The mod actively checked if you were, so I don't know what you're talking about, actually. To be fair, I actually don't know what that is, but to be honest, Cartman, I'm all for it. If people are going to be doing all that stuff, I don't remember this. But actually, like, it is very difficult to justify all the time that people spend on the development of World of Warcraft things. So I'm 100% there. If they want to make a Patreon and sell stuff there, that's fine. Like, I really want to make significantly amazing, like, the best World of Warcraft guides that I can make. They're going to take me a lot of time. I'm kind of busy. I would like to be able to make something from that. I want to be able to help the WoW community, but if I spend 30 minutes working on a guide, then I want to be having a return on that investment, no? So if I decide to sell that on Patreon, like even right now, for example, there are little videos, like I didn't put anywhere else. The Guardian Druid Apex Talent Explained. It's a free video on Patreon. You don't actually have to be subbed. You don't have to pay for it. But for example, right here, you just have to make an account. I'll put some paid stuff, but some of it free as well. Quad offers UI, but you can only use it if you're subscribed to Patreon. Can finish for funsies? I bet. I'm glad that you like it. I kind of make content for me. I'm just really, really bad at video editing. And so my general rule is this. Everything has to be done in a single take, Moth. That in general is my rule of thumb. I'm like, whatever I decide to do, whatever I want to record, one take. No pauses, no edits, no cuts. So I just think about whatever it is I'm going to say, and then I send it. That's it. Because if I have to actually do this, though, Vault is retired. Oh, is it? Unsure. I didn't even look. I don't know. I haven't checked. Have not checked, actually. Don't know. My Tauren War Stomp carrying this pull hard. Max down to Earth style. Everybody's got their thing. I think if I could do video editing, the one thing I want to learn is how to get better at thumbnails. I was talking to Harith about this yesterday, and it's like, I could definitely get better at the whole thumbnail business. It's kind of weird for me. It's like a rant guide thing. I'm glad that you like it, Zandalorian. That's probably why you're here, because that's exactly how I do things. For me, personally, that's what I do. The main thing I do want to learn is I feel like thumbnails are a good thing. And I'm learning how to do cutouts. Have you seen my last one? It took me like a while to figure that out, by the way. Did you see that? I made a little cutout. And then yesterday with the Guardian Druid Talents, Harith made that one for me. Where there's like a little cutout of me and I'm like, oh, and I make different reactions and I'm like, oh, or I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, ah, and I'm like, yeah. And then I just have to like, I have to do this now. You know what I mean? I just have to do like a little photo shoot with myself. And what expressions do you think I should capture? I should get like a shocked one. What other expressions do people use? Anger. I have to get like an angry one, like a woo angry. What should I use for that? What is a good angry face for a YouTube thumb? Yeah, mad. It's like this or something like this. You know what I mean? I think this is straight up bass. I don't think I have anything installed on it though. Not sure though. You know, the hype face. Yeah. The hype face is like, like that. Yeah. I'm good at faces. People roast him all the time for it. Okay, I'll look at it. Basically, here's the thing. One where Noto can Photoshop. That's important, Malden. Yeah. You can't have that on a YouTube thumbnail. That's a completely different platform. Message me on Discord. To me, are re-edited too fast, but to be fair, a lot of people, I think, like that. It's because, Cartman, the younger, like, our brains are cooked. Their attention span is so little that we actually need it, you know? Mumbo, I got you. Let me just check after this key, remind me, and I will triple check what I am using for my settings on Plater, and I can see if I can export it to you. We're actually almost like a minute or two within time. It's pretty close. Oh, did you realize I sent you the wrong dimensions for the thumbnail? I don't know. It seemed to work pretty well to me. I used it for the video, and it seemed to work. Ooh, we're going to be kind of close, man. We're going to be sort of close. If I spawn the boss, like, right now, I think that Rain will be able to heal it. I can help off heal a little bit. Oh, that feels close, man. That is a hen and an egg situation. That's true. I sent you a Canva template so you can make it yourself. Interesting. I should learn how to do that, to be honest. I really should learn how to do that. I'm just, I feel so busy these days. What time is it? It is 3:30 p.m. for me. I'm glad that you guys like my soaps. I'm probably not going to die. I'm probably going to be fine. Yeah, I'm totally fine. Guardian Druid, big tank. Mythic Plus damage easier now. Cathal, in Midnight, Mythic Plus will be different. Right now, on Prepatch, it's pretty chill, maybe because of scaling or something, but definitely Guardian Druid feels immortal, like it cannot die. Physically, Rain doesn't have to even keep Urshield on me if he doesn't want to. And this is a 20. You physically cannot die on Guardian right now. I sent you a new version using your outdoors video. Ooh. Yeah, I really like that style, actually, of just, like, turning on my phone. So that one, what I did was I turned on my phone, and I was just like, okay, I need a little microphone for audio quality. And then I just straight up recorded the take about tanking. Yeah, I think so. I like that. Whee. I'll take this one. We're not that far off the timer. It's actually deceivingly close. We're going to be off for sure. Like, we can't quite make up the barrier, but it's sad. I think like 45 seconds for 35%, there's no way. I have this last incarn, so I'll do as much damage as I can, but my damage in single target is really low right now anyways. It's actually kind of close. Not that you need to time anything in pre-patch, but, you know. Hell yeah, Blink 182. Oh, just off. It's the same as last key, actually. It's just those little things. As it is still a 20. Feral Frenzy. We're doing our best. I'll just soak this and keep it right here. But no. Little bit shy. Kind of close. There was a chance. Done Dawnbreaker? No. Have they broke it all over again? How? How have they done it this time, Harith? I have not done Dawnbreaker yet, no. Ah, I see. Ooh, close. Close. If you cast Effervescence, it will stick to the ground and fly away from the ship. Yeah, it was actually. It was actually. Kind of close. Yeah. We were surprisingly close. Item upgraded avoidance on the weapon. Interesting. We'd have to reset the data because it won't track properly for the overall. Because it'll still track for the mage being in here. Legit. Oh, hi, Cud. There was a miscommunication on whether or not we were going left or right. My bad. The first one, I was like, oh, we went left. And then the second one, I was like, you did go left. And then I went right because I was following the team. Yep, my bad. We have a few disconnects. I could. There's been an attempted murder. There's been an attempted murder. I think that I like the fact that there are no bosses like that, though, in Midnight. To be fair, there are no bosses like that in Midnight that I can think of. Yeah, one person can do this, though. Yeah, I know. I saw that too. It's okay. It's over. Yeah, we can do one more. That's fine. Oh, Arson's out too? Oh, okay. We lost Arson. Yeah, we can do more. Sure. I got at least one more. All right, hold on. Let's do one more. Oh, man. We keep getting these 19 priories. Does Rain have Brazil 20? Wait, Rain, do you have Brazil 20? Do you want to do one more? I think he might. Oh. You want to do the what 20 is it? What 20 is it? Out of curiosity? Wait, what is? Eco? You want to do that fast? Yeah. Not that we need pre-patch score, but it's kind of fun. Like, if we're going to be doing pre-patch keys, we might as well. I can't skip the very first Sentinel. Can we play first Sentinel? Not Night Elf. I am a Tauren. I have War Stomp, which I actually really like having, but I am not, in fact, a Night Elf. That is a question. How do we feel about potentially skipping the Sentinels on 20? I feel like it's fine with pre-patch scaling, but we can try. Eco Dome 20. I will just message Arson here. Who this? Does anybody want to come DPS 20 Ecodome just for fun? Trend baloney. That 23 Halls of Atonement looks kind of sus. Ario and Discord, mention you're playing an eater. Okay, I will take a look at my settings for what it's worth. I wish, but EU, yeah. Here's what I can tell you. I got profiles, and I can export exactly what it is that I have for you, Mumbo. But I wouldn't use my profile because I have no idea what I'm doing here. I can share the profile, and I can send it to you. For what it's worth. Like, you can copy this, but just know that I don't really know if this is I think it says actually default as it gets. However, there it is. You should be able to import that directly. You're welcome. There's a 10 hunter. Don't do it. It'll explode. Ecodome? What? Sure, I'm 153. Who should we take? We could take anybody. I haven't seen a Shadow Priest on beta. I haven't seen a Rogue on Prepatch. A 125 Devour Demon Hunter. It's a good spec. Now, why don't we take whoever? This guy seems decent. How about this one? An OCE Rogue. I'm not that plussed. I feel kind of tired today. Hello. Was zero score easy pickup, to be honest? I mean, it might work. You never know. Prepatch is Prepatch. Maybe he's hiding his true power from us, Moth. Whoosh. I have a mouse over a tool to see those stats. Where? Which stats, Aggie? Yo. Ecodome. Bro, I haven't done Ecodome in like 3 months. That's what it feels like. People on the looking for group list? No. Not that I'm aware of. That's the tank tier list for beta, just to clarify. That is not for... That is from beta testing. I've only been playing Prepatch for 2 days now. Oh, man, I would love for this sinus infection to just go away. It is so annoying. I feel like I'm a teenager again with my pile of tissues to my right. Blizz and doing Incarnation like Boomkins. 2 charges, less duration, but more Apex usage. Why ain't them? That's a good question. I only played Boomy like twice on the beta, and it felt surprisingly not that good. They normally don't let Boomy be that bad, but it actually doesn't feel particularly great for me right now, in my opinion. So wait. Out of curiosity. Oh my God, I just figured this out. This is a crazy cook, I just realized. You remember how yesterday, for YouTube stream, people were saying that there was no game volume? That's a very random one, Orcurio. What? For a raid finder, you mean? Liberation of... You can't queue for more than this? I haven't used this in a long time. Okay, you remember that? The reason is because it is only set up for beta audio instead of actual World of Warcraft audio. So we can fix that. Just know that the YouTube stream will now all of a sudden have World of Warcraft audio to it. I guess if you're watching on YouTube, you can tell me. Far play for the rest missing. Interesting. All right, Ecodome, let's go. Or within Ecodome. Shouldn't be too bad. I was also thinking if it was possible for me to drop any of this for these 3, because these are actually pretty good, but I don't think you could drop any 3 of these for that, unfortunately. Let me think about this for a second. Actually, you know what I could do? Maybe I could drop 1. Couldn't I do this? No, you need all of these. The only thing I could drop is Light of a Loon for this. Like, I could technically pick up Star Cascade instead of Light of a Loon, but I'm not sure if that's actually worth it, because Fury of a Loon still does, what, 3, 4, 5%, and it generates the Rage? The Rage is not important right now. Let me see. Thrash at 50% on the Star Shard victim at 120%. I bet you it would be kind of similar to just drop this 1 point and put it right there. This is not worth it. Increase the arcane damage you deal by 10% once active. Lunar Beam or Fury Loon takes 6% increased damage. This is actually straight up better. Thinking of audio, Blizzard do something called gameplay. Oh, question for people. Harith, you would know the answer to this. I actually do have a real question for you because I was asked yesterday, and I could not figure out the answer. Is there a system for audio cues in the game right now? So let's say, for example, is there anything that tells you, as far as I know, this is a no, but do you have a kick now, or defensive now, or this ability happening now? Does that currently exist? Does anyone know if you can get that still in the same way that you had audio cues before? In accessibility, there's an audio assist feature, but that is the only one. There's no add-on that I'm not aware of, right? Troll, it's okay. I said I got this. It's no problem. There was just a slight miscommunication on which way we were going, because the frontal was baited slightly weird, and I was like, oh, are we going left or are we not? And then half of us went left and half of us did not. No problem. Is pre-patch IO, dude. We chillin'. Yeah. But that is a funny boss. I'm sure there was an add-on about it. That's what I think too. Troll, you might actually know while you're listening real fast. Question for you. Do you know of any voice assist or audio cue add-on? Somebody asked me yesterday if there was a way to get the same audio cues that you have right now. My problem is that I play with 0 game volume. So I actually don't have an answer because I don't know. I literally play without game volume all the time. Pretty frequently. Should just be in Blizz settings, but that's the end-all be-all, right? What's up, TH? I see you there. Right-click on each spell and click on New Alert. But you can't actually get it to just register like kicks and stuff, yeah? We can change this. We don't need that much iron for uptime. Oh, HD commented on that. Do you see me here, though? Yeah. I do. All right, let's try it. Oh, I think my stream is still titled 20 Priory. We are not in Priory. Incarn. So what are we going to do here? We're going to go, first of all, reset data. And then we're going to go left, here, route, center, forward, left, right, boobs, up, down. Yes, that's the one. That's exactly what we're after. That's the right combination of events. And then AB again. So thrash these for aggro reasons. Once again, there's going to be some secret Guardian Druid tech that I'm about to do. I need thrash on that. I need to go boomy form, starfall for the aggro, back into bear form. Grab this, and here we go. Oh, wait a second. You're not supposed to do all of this in the same pull. Oh, whoops. I think it'll be fine. In cap, roar, vortex. Dude, it's so hard for me to time this stops correctly now. Okay, so... No, see how my Typhoon is expiring right before? Uh-oh. I forgot. I pulled 3 of them. I'm supposed to do this split. This was a pull that you had decided to do if you could burst it down fast enough. I kick this one. There's going to be a few of these that go off here in a second. 100%. Watch that one. Watch that one. It's on the warrior. Maybe spell reflect. I can't see if he does or does not use it. He might have, actually. That looked like a pretty good reflect to me. On the warrior again, I go in for the kick here. Gets hit by a circle. No problem. I bark skin. I in-cap roar. Easy. I got it at the last second. Nice. Lunar beam. Fantastic. Dude, I am excited to do the actual new dungeons, though. That seems like it'll be a really giga time. That guy is 5 stacks of engorge, so when he dies, he's going to hurt real bad. Okay, we overlapped a kick. Here we go. That Starfall tech, by the way, pretty big. Pretty massive. I got this. Watch this. Someone heal rain. Boom. Just like that. Guardian Druid technology. I am excited for the Midnight Dungeons. I think the Midnight Dungeons are going to be a much better experience for people than the War Within dungeons. If you actually think about it, are there any dungeons in your opinion, Moth? I don't know how long you've been playing WoW for. It's going to be fun. You said earlier you would just see people learn and fail. What? Did you come in? I think you had come in at stream right as I made an obviously sarcastic joke, but you didn't have the context, so it probably came off the wrong way. And I recognize that because right as you said hi, I said something that was clearly sarcasm, but I don't think there was context involved. I did not mean for that to come off that way at all. I have zero arrogance or pretentious behavior when it comes to World of Warcraft. I really don't. I put myself on absolutely no pedestal whatsoever. I really don't, but I'll make jokes about it because I think it's funny in the same way that I make jokes about things that I'm absolutely not supposed to make jokes about. Because any personality, the way that my humor works is any personality type that I think is amazing, just as a general thing. Yeah. That was a weird context thing. Any personality type that I see that I'm like, I can't believe that somebody would actually think this, that's immediately what I make a joke about. Anything. Literally anything. Like, I think all these things that would get me insta-banned on every streaming platform ever. That's why I have to be very careful sometimes with what jokes I make. Yeah, you got to think about that. Like, basically, there are so many things that I would just full rip because I think it's funny to be ironic about the things that people don't think are funny. What do you think about Guardian Druid's damage right now? I would say it's okay. It's low. I don't know exactly where it is compared to other tanks because I am not currently playing those other tanks. So I don't know how it would rank in my opinion. I don't know what other tanks are currently doing on pre-patch, but it seems to be decent enough for me. I'm doing damage enough that we're timing keys. I mean, the 20s feel okay. The 21s that we've tried, I feel immortal. Like, I don't need to have Earth Shield on me or anything. I feel very tanky with this build. Oh, but yeah, like, I'm very open about the fact that I'm way too chill and don't take the game seriously enough. And there are people who take it way more seriously than me. And oftentimes that ends my progress. That's first and foremost, that's it. Because I make a lot of mistakes that other people might not make, and I'm chilling. And part of the reason is just because I don't put the effort in that other people do put in, and they are rewarded. Like, I should not have the Mythic Dementius mount because I did not raid. And if I did raid this season, I probably won't have any rank 1 bear parses. I think they'd be decent because I don't think I'm bad at bear, but unless I really locked in, and even then, I don't think there's many reasons. I really don't try to put myself there, Sam. And yes, I think it will be very, very fun. I do think that there's going to be a big difference, though. Only thing to be put on pedestals in this stream are cat pics. Harith, I have been absolutely loving the Instagram comments that I have gotten recently about the cat pics. I think that those are amazing. Because I've been posting my cat to Instagram. Does that answer your question, though? Yigi, for me personally, I feel like Guardian Druid damage is totally acceptable. I am not playing a min-max build. The build that I am playing is, technically speaking, the lowest potential Guardian Druid damage build. But I have found that it absolutely works. I'm not struggling with it. I think my damage is adequate. If I take a look here, if I was playing a actual damage build, maybe it would be 30k. Maybe it would be 32 or 35. But I don't personally see a big difference between those two numbers. And I don't think me doing 34 instead of 27 is going to make or break this key. However, we've had 2 close keys today, and maybe if I had tried a little harder, we would have had them. Taking, not Night Elf. We can do safe. We can do a safe pull here, so we don't have to worry about it, but I'm just going to take the Sentinel here. For example, I'm very aware that people skip this Sentinel in higher keys. This is a strategy that is 100%. It's not questionable. It's like, this is the right thing to do, but I am not Night Elf. I don't have the potion, and I've never done the skip, so I'm not going to attempt it. This is an absolute efficiency loss. But I, overall, am a big believer that if we played the game less for optimization and more for fun, we would have a much better time playing the game. Like, I think that it would actually fix, straight up fix, a lot of the problems with WoW looking for group. I think it would fix a lot of problems with pugging. It wouldn't solve everything, but I think it would make a very big difference if people realized that the game wasn't an optimization fest for competitive score, and actually it was a game that we played for fun. I do think that that would significantly help the WoW community as a whole. Because you can do higher level content than you might assume if you kind of nail the basics. And at a certain point, if you need to optimize, you can. But I think that point is a lot higher than people realize. Does that make sense? That's kind of my take, though. Yeah, baseline. Well, even for tanking, there's a lot of little things that I would want to make Patreon videos for, or YouTube videos for, or bring awareness to. Like, one of the big ones is right now, look how quickly I'm going to get to this next pull. I'm going to get there before my team does. Hence, I will not have aggro. See how I'm here right now? Because I just used my mobility tool. So I'm not going to lose aggro on these three, because I've already been in here meleeing and having 3 more globals than my entire team. Next, I'm going to make sure as I run through, I have Thrash ticking on that. But now, all of a sudden, guess what? We're not going to actually miss aggro on that. Oh, wait, why do we have a second Sentinel? That's not good. I don't know how I can live this. Hold up, I can live, but... What was that? Oh, somebody ran too close there? That's okay. I think Rain can probably do this. There's not a third Sentinel, please. I can do this. I have Incarn. Few more seconds on Incarn. I'm looking to the top right because I don't even have it on my cooldown manager. Keep in mind, I'm also playing... You know, I'm playing with like 0 prax. 0 procs. Not prax, I don't know what that is. I am currently playing with 0 procs. I have no cooldown manager enabled. So that means I'm probably playing with a second off Barkskin or a second off Incarn, or I could have hit that Frenzied Regen, but I feel very immortal at the moment, and I know from here if I walk through, I'm going to off-heal the Rogue. So I knew I would be responsible for the Rogue as I go chain this pull. If I Moonfire this guy, and the reason I did that is because I want to get to these 3 mobs beforehand. These are little things that are massive helps. What I'm talking about right now is the reason why this pull is not going to go astray. Because it's just general tanking stuff. Sometimes I'm really lazy and I don't do that right. And then people die. I am largely okay with how often I mess up keys. I think that if I was playing with a group of people and we did 20 keys in one day, it's a big day of gaming, I think that I would mess up 2 to 4 of them. I think I'm relatively consistent. I think I would probably definitely like do something silly, butt pull this, miss the route here or something. I don't know. 2 to 4 of those keys. And I am very okay with that. Whereas some people would say, no, I have to play all of them perfect, but I don't have that mentality. As long as I play most of them pretty well, and I'm responsible for less than, at most 20%, but at minimum like probably like 5 to 10% of the wipes, then I'm pretty happy. Why don't we just pull this safe? I think we got 20 minutes. I don't remember exactly what the timer looks like here, but I think this is kind of chill. So we could just like finish one of these and then we're going to go there next. But let's just like kill one of these Farstalkers. I love that type of chill. That's how I like to play personally though. Hey, Mio. But keep in mind that these are different perspectives and it's not wrong to want to min-max. one of the big problems is if you are more like me, it's easy to look at people who are trying to like play so sweaty that they'd be willing to yell at somebody if things go wrong or get really tilted. It's really easy to look at that and say, you know, that person is wrong, but that defeats the whole purpose. Actually, the whole point is everyone is right for however they decide to play the game. There is no wrong. If you want to sweat, then sweat. Just, you know, wash your skin after and take a shower. If, however, you're interested in playing the game is correct. Because it's a game, and you pay to play it. So if you're going to have fun being chill, then enjoy it. But I have also random takes that are, like, I try to be as practical as I can be for what it's worth. And one of the most practical things to suggest to people is if you are trying to push keys and you do not have a team to play with, bro, just swap meta. And you're like, wait a second, what did he just say? He was just talking about being chill before. Yeah, I like being chill, but I also like playing the game. I don't want to sit in Dornegal. There's a lot of meta perception that is very real. And there's absolutely a world where if I'm by myself and I don't have a lot of friends to play with, and Guardian Druid is considered not so good, I could play a different tank if I cared enough about that season. The big question is, do I care enough about the season? If I really wanted to go hard, I could message people. Like Sam, I could message you and be like, look, just so you know, I'm really chill, as you know, and so chill, in fact, but I'm going to take this next season seriously. I'm willing to meta swap. I'll Fodom reroll. I'll do whatever. Are you willing to play with me if I'm committing to this? That might be interesting, right? Have to go now. Jumped here for a second. Yo, thanks for saying hi, man. Keep up your good work. Thank you, man. I actually feel like it's not a bad idea to just... I think you can pull this onto boss with our current comp. Like 50% we go boss. 2 far stalkers. Maybe get them like a little bit low. We just don't want them alive for the phase. And if I remember correctly, the phase timing is going to be acceptable if I pull boss right now. But those are my general thoughts. But if I message you and I was like, look, I'm really serious. Like this next season, I'd like to change the way I play. I'm way more interested. I'm willing to Fodom reroll, and I'm willing to stick with it. I won't, like, I'll take it seriously. Like, would you play with me? I think I could message people like that, but the truth is the reason I don't want to. That doesn't sound fun for me. I think I'd rather get as far as I can and then play ults if I'm playing something that's off meta, which I actually think Guardian Druid might be fine, but does that make sense? That might be my perspective, actually, but we'll see how things shape up. It's easy for me to say that now when I'm chilling in this 20 eco in pre-patch, and after playing beta where things are really chill, maybe I'll have way more pressure when things are less chill. I don't know. I can tell you I could have min-maxed there a lot harder if I had kept my thrash stacks up. But anyways, the older I get, the longer I live in this house, the more I realize that I have to pay rent, and I am far less interested in sweating in a game that I play for fun. So actually, the longer I play, the more I realize that I probably don't care enough to put the effort in to get where I might want to be. You know? I think 10 years ago I would say, yeah, I'll Fodom reroll and sweat. At this point, that's what I think I've just changed a lot over time, and I'm just a lot less okay with playing this game like I used to. There was a time where I was far more interested in that, but I don't know, that time's kind of passed. I just think I got different motivations. Like, you know what I really want in my life? If you had to ask me what my actual priority list is, I want a dog. I want a dog. If you ever tune into my stream in 2026 and you see a dog, I will have one at life. I really want a dog. A dog requires me to have X amount of money in my bank account. Dogs are allowed, but I love them. We have 2 cats, and the cats are super cute. Don't get me wrong. Both of them are very cute in their own ways. All right? What do you mean? It might change how I stream, but I've studied famous streamers, Harith, and apparently all I really need is a collar that goes brrrr. I thought that's... Is that not how you do it? But the point is, I really want a dog, and I think that... Shit. Sorry. This is what I'm saying. I always have to joke about things that I'm maybe not supposed to joke about. The point is, if I had extra time, I probably would want to maybe even just like pick up another client or two. That'd probably be helpful for me. Just because like that's a priority for me. Like I really want a dog. The main barrier between me getting a dog right now, watch the wild charge. So the main barrier as of right now for me in terms of getting a dog is just straight up, I also would want to buy a car. If I got a dog, I feel as though it is my moral and ethical obligation to own a car. Because when I had dogs and I was fostering dogs before in Thailand, it was very difficult to get around. And oftentimes I couldn't take them to the park or I couldn't go out with them because transportation was actually difficult to arrange. My nameplates are going to be very difficult for me to see these gloom bites. So I'm going to do my best to group this. And then if I'm an incarn with this, I shouldn't get one tapped unless they overlap. So I should be okay here. But you used to just get one tap by this, even at a reasonable key level. So let me just... I'll keep them as grouped as I can. I'll just keep Frenzied Regen ticking on myself. Lunar Beam. But yeah, so all of a sudden it just becomes like a really big expense. And I remember when I had dogs before, I was a little bit more strapped for money. And it bothered me that like when they would get sick and I would take them to the vet, I'd be like, oh, man, like, okay, how can we like prevent this? Like, obviously they got the care they needed, but it was a lot harder, I think. So I think that my goal basically was if I could just be financially set enough to have a dog, I'd be really, really happy. That'd be sort of my goal. That's how I know I'll have made it in life. Gonna taunt in a second. Incap that one, and then Incarn. Frenzied Regen, Shield for natural resilience. I bark skin now before the next gloom bites, and I'll be fine. Watch the frontal, and good to go. Nice, perfect. Whew. I forgot how scared. Oh no, we butt pulled something. Ooh, this is a tough butt pull. We'll be okay. Something we're doing here, by the way, is butt pulling whatever, because we're having a lot of this in the keys that we're doing. I'll live 1 second. Hard pull, hard pull. I'm gonna off heal him. He got gloom bit because of a Y-axis bug. Is macroing being... No, I'm actually macroing Iron Fur right now in this key. But once again, look at our timer here. That's definitely not a big bear, but I tanked this pack many times before. I don't think that was me. Might have been. Maybe. It's all the cheesecake I'm eating. So I'm eating so much cheesecake right now is incredible. Also, did you like that YouTube comment? I'm going to keep sending you all of the very hilarious YouTube comments. Sometimes I read them and I'm like, what? Yeah. I don't even know. It really does confuse me. Yo, what's up, Enyo? How does Guardian feel? As of right now, I genuinely think it feels okay, but there are 2 ways to play it, and that will just depend purely on preference. You can play the EC build, which I am currently enjoying at the moment. You can play the Druid of the Claw build and sweat a little bit harder for a little bit more damage, but not by much. Like, honestly, I don't think it does that much more damage compared to what I'm doing at the moment. It does some. How much harder is... It's not harder, it's just different. It's not about what's harder necessarily, it's just you have a proc. And I don't like responding to procs just because, like right now, I'm playing with what, 364 ping. So when my rotation changes based purely off of whether or not I get this thing, I have a hard time responding to it, and I just don't play it as effectively. So for my own perfectionist brain, yeah. There are some specs in WoW I just play less, specifically because they're proc based, or they're so GCD intensive that I can't really play them effectively. A big example of that, obviously, something like Fire Mage or whatever. So, or if you can imagine me trying to play Havoc with 360 ping, like I'm gonna fell rush to my death. Like it's not gonna work. So there are some specs that I might enjoy more casually, but I have playstyle preferences. If I was going to play DPS, I'd want to be range, first of all, because melee is just harder for me to play with the way that I keyboard turn and my preferences for the game. Yeah, hold up. After playing as definitely a mage or a tank. Ooh, interesting. Well, keep in mind, by the way, Prepatch is not a great example of Midnight because we don't have Apex talents. So things will, like, the Apex talent, I guess for Mage, it doesn't really change your rotation for Frost, but I'm trying to think if the Arcane or Frost really does change this, though. They feel a bit off compared to other classes. Tanking is the only role, in my opinion, that still feels very game on. Like, you remember that old movie that we actually liked as kids, and then we're told that it was really bad, so we disliked it as adults, where that guy was like, flame on! And that's kind of like tanking does still feel very, I'm focused, I'm locked in. But other roles have been simplified to the extent that maybe you won't like it. If you're after that sort of gameplay, you might actually not enjoy it as much. It's possible. It's possible. Havoc scares me because if VDH is in, Havoc is out. You would imagine that Havoc is going to have a tough time being considered meta 100% soap. Just because there's a lot of competing factors that are going against it. Mostly that they'll probably buff Devour so it's played, and the fact that VDH looks really good. But I still think that one reason VDH looks really good is because it's super bugged. You know, the Fiery brand one is pretty bad for bugs as far as they go. We have eclipse for a balance since yeah that's weird. The eclipses on balanced route felt weird though. Heading out. Oh yo, hey Deadshot. Thanks for hanging out this whole time. It's kind of a weird stream today. I can't tell if I feel good or bad that I had like 3 cheesecakes earlier. I'm like a little bit I really don't know the answer to that question. On one hand, I'm like, no, the answer is I feel fantastic. Wait, we went different direction. I missed a soul. Figure if it's a tank, though, might as well support my boy and be like bear. Oh, and get bear coaching. So if you just get bear coaching for free, what do you mean support me? You don't have to pay for coaching. You mean 3? No, there's 1 left. There's a single cheesecake left at this point. Yeah, basically I'm on my way to become an in real life bear. And if you've been playing the game for a long time, just know WoW players are pretty, change is scary. And that's very fair and very apt. Like, it's okay that WoW is just, if you're a little bit concerned for Midnight, understandable. But honestly, it's going to be okay. Don't be too worried about it. Honestly, playing Midnight is fun. I think there's going to be a small subset of the player base, which is maybe not going to enjoy the changes that much. But ultimately, if you like Mythic Plus, I think you'll like Midnight. Because the Mythic Plus dungeons are fun. There will be a giant learning curve, as Sam pointed out earlier, and I'm 100% going to make a video, just so you know, a little spoiler alert, for the end of February, probably. Like, around that time, you're going to see a video from me, and it just is going to be speaking specifically about the fact, don't yell at people for learning. The first week or 2 of a season is going to be nightmare for most people, because you're going to be like, these keys suck, but actually it's just you're learning them. You've never seen them before, I just started back at the gym last week after having not been for 20 years. Congratulations, Wide Boy. How do you feel? I'm having a blast on Shaman, Monk, and Priest. Just missing that special something on Druid. That's fair. That's fair. GG's, by the way. I was playing Key while you were talking about dog. What kind of dog? Oh, dude. I got a white shepherd. He's my best friend. Any dog. Just a dog big enough that I could wrestle with. I think that the thing for me is it has to be a dog big enough. Right? Good, but I ache. Enjoy it. Enjoy the ache. It's worth it. But also take your time, you know. Pace yourself if need be. You don't have to do everything at once. All right. Now, because I had a Belgian Malinois before, and the thing is, man, listen, I don't want another Malinois because that dog challenged my mental sanity to a degree that it pretty much never recovered from. Do you know what a Malinois is? The bigger they are, the more expensive. That's fine. I can make food for people. But I can make food for the dog. I think I'll probably either raw feed or just cook for the dog, most likely, though. Yeah. I had a Malinois before, a Malinois mix. And, yeah, you don't have peace. There's no such thing as peace if you own a dog like a Malinois. There's no such thing, though. All right. Long control. All right. A Belgian Shepherd. Yup. I got a Chow Chow. Thing's already bitten me once and nearly got me twice. A Chow Chow. Malinois gonna fuck your entire house up. It already did. I know, Soap. You got to meet him for one day. Do you remember, Soap? You're the only one in my stream who has actually had the longevity of maybe remembering this dog. What do you macro iron for into? Just this, by the way. Akita Inu. Got a 3-year-old. Dude, send me photos of your dogs, please, in Discord. If you are a dog person, send me a photo of your dog. I love seeing photos. Somebody sent me a photo of their 2 cats, and one of them was here, though. No, I'm getting soon. Okay. Rain, we're going. I want a giant schnauzer. Ooh. Malinois are a working dog. Exactly. Yep, that's the thing. So what I learned is how to train dogs. Like one more key. I bet. All right. We can game. I lost my 2 dogs. I'm sorry to hear that, Enyo. Almost 18, so I'm currently on a little doggo break. Understood. Yeah. It's so the price we pay for dogs being more amazing than we are is that they don't stay around as long, you know. Finding some more. Soap's dog is, yeah, he basically just has an actually fat chihuahua. It's fantastic. You have a Malinois as well, do you? I love them, man. They're so cute, but they are a job. You know, the truth is that they're literally a job, like a full-time job. Can I show you my Malinois? I think I've posted him before. I have a video somewhere. He's a Malinois mix, to be fair. He was a Malinois Thai Ridgeback mix, which is a hell of a combination. I posted mine in disc. Let me see. I have a Great Pyrenees. Dude, that is another dog I was thinking about. But the problem with the Great Pyrenees is just that actually you can't have one of those in Thailand. I think they're going to be... There are some dogs that you can't have in Thailand because it's too hot. So it's not fair to own things like a Husky here. Like, it's kind of... It's not... Oh, my God, he's so cute. What type of dog is this, Harith? That is... Oh, my God, he's so cute. All right, hold up. We're showing people's dogs. We're showing people's dogs. 1 second. Oh, my God. 11-month Sky. That type of... So this Stan, that dog is a beautiful dog. But that's a working dog right there. That is a very pretty dog. Holy. Akita Inu is not for you either, though. They like the cold. Yeah. In before a feet is shown. I'm not showing feet. I'm showing dogs. Here, hold up. If you want from YouTube, here. There. You live in Thailand? Yeah. I've lived here for 8 years, and you can find whatever pets. Kenny and I did an in real life stream the other day, and whenever, I'm not in a rush, whenever that fills up and the community wants, basically, we will do another in real life stream. And it's right there. You can see in the top right of stream, that tracker will just be there. Whenever that hits 50, then we'll do another one. The last one we did, we went to a place that had animals, and I had never been there before. I didn't know. We found lynxes and armadillos. We found sugar gliders for $20 US dollars. It was very interesting. I didn't like the conditions they were kept in, though. With any dogs you ever put, I can't imagine. Just got a Komodo. Just get a Komodo. So they did have big lizards. You know I have 2 lizards too, right? I have 2 lizards. What are you talking about? I have one. I have 2, but they're not Komodo dragons. All right, hold on. I'm showing people's dogs. First of all, this is exactly the type of dog I want. I want a dog that does stuff like this. I want this type of dog. This is a cute ass dog. Is Druid Tank strong now? Druid is, it's good. We don't know if it's going to be the meta, but it is good right now for sure. I feel unkillable in 20s and stuff. Okay. That dog looks incredibly sassy. This dog right here, this is exactly this is the look I'm going for. That is a very cute dog. But he does have that look in his eyes. He's going to get you. You can just tell, like some dogs, they have that look and you're like, yeah, this is a snapper. I do feel as though this one, he could bite a little bit, like playfully, but he does kind of look like he does have that look in his eyes. Her true face, there it is. That's it. I told you. There it is. There's the teeth. How old is your dog though? Wait, how old is this dog, Harith? Is she like younger? Because she kind of looks like almost like she's just coming, like she's a teenager basically. So she has the teeth. This is the prettiest. I mean, this is an amazingly aesthetic dog. On Instagram, you can send on Instagram, but also on Discord. There's literally a section of Discord I'm showing right now though. She just judges Sky the Aussie. Stan, wait, who's this? Whose dog is this? Because that is, of all the dogs that have been shown in my Discord, I feel like this is one of the most aesthetic looking dogs. That's yours, Zandalorian? She's like a wolf. She does seem like very much like a wolf. Is she just an Australian Shepherd? Look how pretty that dog is. So the thing is, if I show Kitty this dog, she's going to be like, that's the one I want. But we can't have a dog like this because, no, we can't, Kitty, we can't have a dog like this because they need so much stimulation, right? Like they're way too smart. I kind of want a dumb dog. Like, no, I've had too many smart dogs in my life, and I kind of just want like maybe a not so smart dog. One that looks like this. No way, it's too hot. I live in the deep north. Oh, gotcha. I think that like I kind of like a golden retriever, I feel like. Also, look at this cat. This is Kung Pao, apparently. There are 2 cats that were shared, and one person has the best of both worlds. Sort of like they took Hannah Montana too strongly to heart. Because this is one cat that was shared. Wow. Look at those eyes. Look at that face. And this was the other cat that was shared. So there's a combination of both. Because one person has both of these. So one of them is here. And one of them is here. So they have sort of a full household. I love the first. I do think that was very funny. Because I saw the first photo and I was like, wow. I mean, those are like jewels of the ocean, you know. It's definitely not the same cat. There's no way it's the same cat. I don't think so. No, this is Kung Pao and Sarah Jane. I'm imagining Sarah Jane is actually a Doctor Who reference. I'm not sure. You have puppy pics? This is. Oh, wait. What? Does she just have like a pigmentation thing? Or is she older? This dog. Who's this? Turtellini. She has a very interesting face. I don't think I've seen that on a dog. Oh, this is the type of dog. I think that a golden retriever would be perfect for me. That's kind of my dream dog. Oh my god. This is like the cat. I don't think I've seen a dog that looks like this. This looks like a cat. You know, like the cats that have the different colors? Reminds me of that. That's Rudy. He's an Australian Shepherd and cattle dog mix. Rudy does look like he needs to run. I will say, if this is Rudy, this dog looks like they need a lot of exercise. You can just, again, sort of tell the energy. Am I correct about this? I'm not 100% like maybe Rudy's a couch dog, but first impression is Rudy needs to run. See that this is the vibe. The other one with the pigmentation you mentioned. Oh. Wait, she's a cattle dog mix? This one. This one is a cattle dog mix? Interesting. Besides a cookie, yeah, our cat will definitely like this though. These are the you're gonna really start getting Kitty going because I know for a fact this is exactly the type of dog that she likes. I know for a fact that this dog is so aesthetic. I can hear her yelling downstairs. I can actually hear her yelling downstairs. That is an amazingly cute dog. There's some little potato. Is that the same dog? Is that just chubby? Is that like a very small pup? Is this the same dog, Stan? She grew up into this? She was just a little potato. She was just a little potato. And she has a heart for a nose. She was just a little potato. She was so little. We can't get a wolf dog. No. Oh. Wait, what type of dog is this? I don't even... Chow? Mix? What mix is... Oh, you wait. The other one, this is definitely Australian Shepherd and Cattle Dog mix. That's your Akita. Is this a mix or just an Akita? That dog is very interesting. Wait, Quirm, do you know if that's like a brindle color? A brindle color. I'm going to Google this right now. What's brindle color? Brindle color Akita. Whoa. No, I actually had no idea. I did not know that this was a type of dog. Isn't that what Henry Cavill has? I'm not sure. I'm looking here. Mm-hmm. No, I did not know that, actually. That is apparently an actual type of dog here. No, I did not know. Very pretty dog. Henry Cavill is the American Akita. Hold on, okay, wait, hold on. I want to. Every single dog photo that you ever send in here, I will look at. By the way, every single one. Okay, so there's some cats next. Have you guys seen my cats? Oh my God, there it is. That's the one. That's it. I see it immediately. I recognize it. I immediately have terror in my heart. Best dog I ever done had. I miss him every day. I miss him every day. That right there. That is not a dog. That is a velociraptor. It is a demon that will steal your heart. Who posted this? Who posted that dog? Balosh. That's a tough dog to have. How long did you get him when he was younger? His name is Rusco. Out of curiosity, how long have you had Rusco? Yeah, it's too hot here for sure. For some reason, 10 weeks. You've had him for only 10 weeks? How is he? This dog is that's a military dog. When he was 10 weeks. Okay, you've had him for a long time. Oh, I really think that they're up there with the best dogs that you can have, but they are a lot of work. You have to just put in a significant amount of time to have a dog like this, you know? Like this is... They're just take a lot of work. You have a lot of dog. Wait, hold on. How many dogs? There's 2 dogs here. There he is. That's an actual Malinois with 1 year training. Is he a full-bred Malinois? Mine was a mix. Mine was only part Malinois. And he was already, he really taught me a lot about training dogs. Yeah, he's full Malinois. Dogs are so good, man. Oh my god, wait, whose dog is this? They had a whole photo shoot. Wait a second, whose dog is this? Wait. I like the dedication to detail of the fact that the Merry Christmas card actually has the dog as well on the card itself. Wait. That's me after 40. That's gonna be me after 40 right there. Oh, I love dogs. If you ever see me with a dog, I will have won at life. That's what I want, man. I feel like this dog has been retired for 10 years. I feel like this dog has a good life. And this dog is at the beach. Okay, I will keep looking at pets for way too long. I have a few things to take care of today. So let me see who I was playing with earlier is still actually streaming right now. I think Troll said he was going for a little longer. So we will go raid. Oh, wait, no, Troll already commented. Let's go raid Rain. Here we go. I will record an update today of something. Otherwise, I will be back tomorrow. It should be a fun day of keys. But I gotta go gym for now. I told myself I would go. So that is what I am going to do. Pelosh, thank you for sending me all your dogs. I will gladly talk to you about it another day. I will always talk dogs. I really, 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 really miss my dogs. A lot. And it's in my heart, you know. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. They're so cute. Kune, that's you. You can do whatever you want. Wait, hold on, wait. I just ended Twitch, but let me end Twitch. Hold up. That was your dog, Kune. I missed the YouTube comment. Dude. How old is she? After hours on Kick? No, I won't do after hours today. I actually have to go do stuff. How old is she? This is the type of, I think that this is exactly the type of dog that I want. In my heart of hearts, this is the type of dog that I want. Just like a really chill sort of 5 years. Just the dog that will basically lay on the couch with me, but also I can take them to the beach and they're going to have a good time. But sort of the energy that I really, really want is that. Man, Belosh's dog is, this is Belosh, yeah? No, that's Belosh. This dog here is so aesthetic, I will say. I don't need a dog that's this aesthetic, but that is, I mean, look how pretty that dog is. That's a very, very, very pretty dog. Thank you for sharing with me your golden. She is sort of my dream dog, to be honest. Because I don't think I could handle the dog like this. They're so active. Like, I don't actually think I could do that. But, you know, I think that at the end of the day, that's the type of dog for me. Also, I skipped over the cat because I got distracted here. But this cat is also very, very cute. This actually looks like Juju. This looks like one of my cats. Almost identical, actually. Wait a second. Hold up. Kitty, are you on Kick or YouTube right now? Are you? Wait a second. No, you're not. I'm going to send her this photo. Yes. Okay, I'm going to be good. I told myself I would go if I want to. Have time to do stuff later. Nearing photos, so that comment earlier hurt. Oh, fuck, I'm old. I feel like that. Kitty, are you here? Look at this cat. This cat reminds me almost, this is literally a copy of Drew. She's very, very similar. It's an orange cat that has actually the same, it's like identical color patterning. And on top of that, she has the same little, she's older, she has a little face thing going. Do you like the changes to Guardian? Romu, there's a lot of druids who are happy about the changes to Guardian, and to be honest, I'm not one of them. I actually don't think that I really do like the changes to Guardian. I thought it was in a good state before, but that's a take because most druids I've talked to, I think, are actually happy about it. But I'm not a fan because Guardian was the best beginner tank, and it doesn't feel like that anymore. I still might even play it suboptimally, but I don't like the fact that my desire to chill is going to int me 15% damage or something like that. Like, I don't know. I thought it was actually good that we had the Thorns of Iron simple playstyle, but a lot of people don't think that. A lot of people thought that they need complexity. They have to make it hard. I understand that mentality, but that's not my perspective on the game. So, personally speaking, I can't say that I'm the biggest fan. You know what I mean? Does that answer your question? So, but it will be okay because remember that the build I'm playing right now was enough for the keys I was doing, and we did fair keys today. I was like omega tanky, like I actually was so chill in those keys. And this is a macroed Iron Fur, and a lot of the new talents are good, not bad. So if you really like that play style, just know like this is a massive. These two talents are amazingly good. They feel great. I'm super tanky. But yeah, it doesn't do a lot of damage because they removed Thorns of Iron. And I felt like what they could have done is just left Thorns of Iron right there. If that talent was Thorns of Iron, problem solved. And maybe it does a little less, like 5%, 10% less than playing with Raise or Ravage. But right now, it's a lot more like. It's more than that, so it feels bad. Your damage got much worse in the pre-patch. To be fair, everyone's damage is worse in the pre-patch, and it'll feel better on beta when we're geared and have our new tier set and also have Apex talent. Okay, I'm not sure what video I'm making tonight. I'll think about it. I gotta go. I told myself I would end stream at a reasonable time today, and I will stick to that. Romulus, I will see you later. Also, I just realized, I don't know if your name is a Star Trek reference, but good Star Trek reference, if it is. All right. I love pets, man. Oh, wait, I was actually window capturing. I'm sorry, I was showing you the Guardian Druid talents. I was talking about this one is good, and this one's good, but I think if they had put Thorns of Iron right there instead of this random 5% mastery node, it would have been better. You'll be okay. Guardian Druid will feel okay by the end of the day. Took a break and now I'm lost. Oh, what's up, Azek? Not if I vibe with Guardian, to be honest. It's different than it was, but just know that if you want to play it this way, this isn't the worst thing in the world. If this is how you want to enjoy Guardian, I might even do this because it's the easiest way for me to do this and stream at the same time. Because I like streaming, and that's where I put a lot of energy and time, and it's something I want to be able to do. So part of streaming is that I want to interact with people. And I don't want to play a tank that's going to make me require to like lock in focus the whole time. So Guardian allows me to play like that, and that's good for me. So, you know, it might just be preference at the end of the day. But this build does work. So if you like the Guardian Druid, this play style of it, like it'll be okay, you know. Yo, thank you guys. I know the after hours, normally I'm on kick for a little bit longer, but probably not today because I actually did. I was going to hard commit to the gym, and I am going. I will actually go. I know. Normally I'd be on kick for a little longer. Maybe it's the tank anxiety. I can't bring myself to tank again after the break. Don't play it complexity. Don't play it the complex way. Because, do I recognize your name from the Guardian Druid Discord? I feel like I've seen your name pop up, either in my Discord. Are you in my Discord? I'm looking at somebody's name who was chatting earlier. Is that you? I don't recognize your full YouTube name because on mine it's a brief. Yeah, it's you. You're the one who's been chatting in my Discord, and you also asked the Guardian Druid Discord, correct? Because I recognize your name. So what I would say is this. Right, okay. biggest thing to understand is that there's always going to be optimization in WoW, but practical gameplay is more important than optimization. Because if I tell you, Azza, it's actually easy. Literally all you have to do is go spec into 7 active new talents, get 4 more keybinds, and then if you just macro these 7 to 9 different abilities, and then all you have to do when you open into a pack, it's very easy. Look, hit 1, hit 2, then hit 7, then hit 9, then hit 5, then hit 4, then hit 3, then hit 2, then hit 1, and that's how you min-max your Guardian Druid. You're going to be like, bro, what? But if I told you, there's a build that does 2% less damage than that one. All you have to do is hit 1, then hit 2, then hit 3. You're like, cool, which one should you play? Because what sometimes people get carried away and caught up with is that first one is very tempting. Right. That first one's tempting because by numbers, it should do better. But in practical application, you get into a key and you go, okay, wait, well, I was supposed to hit 9, and then I was supposed to hit 7, and then I was like, and now all of a sudden you're hitting all the wrong buttons. You're going to do worse than the practical application, which is just hit 1, 2, 3. Does that make sense? Like, that is how a lot of people fail to understand World of Warcraft, is that application is a little bit more important than optimization in terms of sims. Where you think, I have to do this. You don't have to. It just might be a little bit better if played perfectly. And a lot of Druid is a little bit like Druid of the Claw is very much like that, which is, yeah, it might be a little better, but you can also learn to game EC. A lot of EC bears are playing their rotation still wrong, and they don't have a lot of damage. But there's a few things you can do to get better at your damage as EC. So don't worry, try this build. This build basically macros Iron Fur, where you don't have to actually hit it, and your rotation, I made a guide for it before, and it plays exactly like that guide. Would you like me to send you the guide? It's the same Season 3 guide. It's very applicable. I don't know if you've seen it. I'll send you this, and this is, you can totally play Guardian like this, and then learn, get comfortable tanking, and then if you want to try the min-max build, do it. But first get comfortable tanking, right? Here, let me try to find it for you. Yeah, but I just think that that's really a lost art is just the practical application of things is very important. Remember that, you know, it's probably more about being the tank at the moment. So as you get more comfortable tanking, why don't you play something where you don't have to think about your rotation at all and it's just very tanky, you know? Just play something like this. Yeah, it is a lot of pressure and responsibility, but you can ease that and focus on the routing and focus on all the things that you can do to help yourself by playing a build that suits your playstyle and your needs. And that's why I've always liked Guardian myself, is because it's a really good tank for doing that. Whereas, you know, there are other tanks which are like, yeah, but I have to think about the route, the positioning, the this, the that, and also if I miss a single death strike, I'm dead. So that's the tough part. So try it. Try that build. It's in my Discord. This is the EC one. Just try it. There's a no raise. You don't have to hit maul or raise. Keep in mind, I'm doing right now plus 20s with this build, and we're absolutely fine. We did the 20 Eco Dome just now. This is what it looked like. I still did enough damage to time the key very easily, almost double timed it. And this is my breakdown. No need. This is all I needed to do. There was some min-max there. You don't even have to be casting the Star Falls and Feral Frenzy. You don't have to do that. But yeah, try that. Okay, I gotta go. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be over here a little bit. And I don't know what video I'm putting out today, but something. Maybe I'll even talk about this, actually. Maybe I'll talk about this exact point. Very potentially, I will consider that. Okay. Maybe. Look out for it. Okay.